Hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode. I am Michael Petrow, and on the show this week, you've got Jimmy Skinner, Charles Fernandes, and myself masturbating the Xmen. With everything that happened in Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, with our Professor X scene, and the mention of the weird blood in Miss Marvel, with that little like 2-bar exit from the X-Men music. I don't know if you guys caught it or not. Go back and check it if you haven't. But with all this like Easter egg dropping of when the X-Men are coming or how they're coming or who the fuck they're going to be, we figured why not predict the future on the Real Debaters and figure out who the next group of the X-Men are going to be. So we're fan casting everybody who we've already seen in the original Fox iterations. We're doing Professor X, Magneto, Wolverine, Cyclops, Rogue, Jean Grey. Who else do we have? Storm, Nightcrawler, and Beast, I believe. If I'm missing one, listen to the show and you'll catch the other one. So we're going to fan cast who we think, and we don't exclude here. We're very inclusion based at the Real Debaters here in Winnipeg. So we've included some Muppets who we think would make perfect cast members for the X-Men. So that's who's on the show. That's what's on the show. Housekeeping. Yes, most importantly right now, housekeeping. We're back at Winnipeg Comic-Con, ladies and gentlemen. October 29th through the 31st is Winnipeg Comic-Con. We will be there either on the Saturday or the Sunday, I believe. If you stay tuned to the show and subscribe right now, hit that little follow plus like button, whatever it is in your podcast player. Subscribe to it, because then you'll find out when our panel is, what our panel is, who's going to be there, and all that fun jazz. Or you can just subscribe to our social media too. None of the show's really there, so it's kind of pointless. You'll get the same shit, but just in picture form. So Real Debaters, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Real Debaters Pod, REEL for all the spelling. Stay tuned for the schedule, like I said, but we're super happy to be back. God damn it, do I love a sequel. This one's going to combine wrestling and horror characters. That's all I'm going to say for you right now, ladies and gentlemen. So that's, again, October 29th through the 31st. It's we're free. We're not charging for you to come in, but Comic-Con is charging. Go to the Winnipeg Comic-Con site. Check out the ticket prices. They're super well priced. Who's going to be there? Ted Raimi's going to be there. Lou Ferrigno's going to be there. Bruce Campbell, Ash himself, is going to be there, plus a slew of other guests. It's going to be twice as big because, that whole COVID thing, not so bad anymore. So it's going to be a lot of fun. We hope to see you there. Come over and say hello to us. We'd love to talk to you. Our panel's going to have some guest interactions as well at the end. So if you have a question that you've been dying to ask, I'm sure you don't. But if you do, we would love to answer it for you. Besides that, I have nothing else for you. If you're new to the show, stick around to the end credit trailer. There's a little bit of information there on how to join the Debaterverse, which is just staying in tune with everything that we do, following the show, all that stuff. If you really want to support it, there's a few ways to do it there. All that podcast spiel, we save it for the end. So I give you the X-Men, or who we think the X-Men should be. I will cue that reel, and you enjoy the show.
Let's tidy up this tangle of film by putting it on a reel. Here is a motion picture film, 1,000 feet, 16,000 separate photographs.
Welcome, everybody, to the official space section of the chart.
What's the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Sir, you're out of order. Out of order. I show you.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the podcast. Welcome back to the Real Debaters. Welcome to the place that asks the question, what happens when real life meets real life? I'm one of your hosts, Michael Petrow.
Oh, I'm Charles Fernandes.
It's been a minute, buddy.
Oh, yeah.
It's so nice to see you
I'm
in that
hungry.
chair.
Thank you.
Who's sitting next to you?
And I'm Brent Butt's wife, Nancy Robertson. I could see why she didn't want to be Nancy Butt.
She kept her name.
Yeah, she didn't.
She kept the last name.
Yeah.
Today I'm
Butt.
Nancy Butt.
Nancy and Brett Butt here. The Butts are here.
The Butt.
Is that a fight that you think happens sometimes? Well,
I'm
if
not
you
taking
really
your
loved
name.
me, you'd be Butt.
Would be
You'd take
Robertson
my butt.
Butt.
Yeah, you
Why don't you take my butt as your last name?
Serenity now.
Hello, listener. It's been another week.
Canadian legend.
Canadian legend.
Yes. Yes.
Let me introduce the show, then we can get into cutting it up. Welcome to another one of our favorites that's showing up here as of these days. What are these called? These are fan castings, right, Jimmy?
Yeah. We're gonna do a fan casting
gonna
today.
do
We did one before. We did it with Invincible.
We did.
Oh, yeah, that was
And
fun.
then we also did it with the gentleman Sully and the gentleman Milan.
Yeah, I guess the football and the hockey ones count.
Yeah.
I guess those count.
Well,
We're not making a hockey movie.
Yeah, you know what?
though.
It is different.
We're
it's-
assembling the greatest team.
Yeah, in a fan casting sort of way. No, I'm confusing the two. I should eat
Yeah.
dinner before we do these. The point is that we have a debate for you this week, ladies and gentlemen, and in honor of the big $4 billion purchase that Disney made for all of us comic book nerds. So I feel they did it for the three of us. Like, out of everybody,
Specifically.
it was just the three of us.
Yeah.
We wrote a letter
Yeah.
Disney was like, sure, $4 billion? Sound
Why
good?
not?
Put the bid in. What do
Here
you say?
go.
Do it.
$1, Bob.
What? 99 cents, Jim.
Wuss bet. Honestly, I couldn't imagine getting on Price is Right and then saying $1.
I don't even care who's hosting. If I ever get on Price is Right, it's $1, Bob.
Well, at least short
I'm
stick
Drew.
somebody. You
Thanks,
know?
Bob.
Like somebody goes 1,000, you do 1,001. That's fine, because that's fucking someone over, and that's okay.
So-
just don't do it. What are you?
We'll talk about Bob Barker and who spaders and nudes.
Let's get some more nudes on Price
nudes
is Right.
Spader.
They have Prices Right at night now.
Oh,
my
so
God, that's great.
on the show this week, ladies and gentlemen, is a fan casting of the $4 billion purchase so that we can have the Xmen. We know the Xmen are coming.
Yeah, where are they?
Right? Miss Marvel's teased it.
Yeah,
right,
I mean,
with
they
the
said
little...
mutant, and I got a little chuck.
They did.
Yeah,
say
but they
mutant
did
one
throw
time.
that.
They threw
that-
the
Da-na-na-na.
yeah. But that's what I'm saying. Like, the coolest one so far was in She-Hulk, where it's like man with claws and bar.
Right?
I was like, come on,
That little news bite in the
Yeah,
bottom
That
corner.
could
was
be anyone.
that damn Ghost Rider again.
fucking man in Florida, right? Somebody in Florida put
Yeah,
like
right,
knives
that
on their hands.
Would not surprise
Okay, and
me.
that what was it? Donnie Blaze. Every time they said Donnie
Donnie
Blaze, it was
Blaze.
like, come on,
I know.
come
I know.
on,
We're-
just do it. Stop fucking around.
So we're waiting. We've seen a alternate Professor X, who's still our Professor X.
Yeah,
right?
that was
like
great.
We did get it in.
He was in the big yellow
Doctor
tub.
Strange's big yellow tub.
Yeah,
Same music brings him out. It
that was dope.
awesome.
That was dope.
We had a John Krasinski as Mr.
Yep.
Fantastic,
Yeah,
right? So
that was great.
we've seen some iterations of this purchase, but we have yet to really understand who's going to be the X-Men.
Yeah.
Right. And
So-
and again, like how do they explain that they're just showing up now?
Yeah. What is
Right.
what's the tie-in?
Right.
What's the retcon? It's
Right.
got to be a retcon. It's going to be they got to. I don't know.
Maybe mutants got snapped back, and that's something they didn't anticipate.
Oh,
So, like,
fuck you and your smart
I
ideas.
don't know.
That's a great.
Magneto just woke up and was like, "Huh? What's a Thanos? What? What's going on? What?
Do you know what?
Yeah, they killed
Hey,
heroes.
hey,
What?
Side note: Thanos is in the top 20 names to name a child now.
Yeah,
No,
I heard
it
about,
isn't.
Yeah, I
It is.
swear to God,
Don't
I
say
read
that.
Yeah,
True.
Yeah.
That's
true.
not okay.
yeah. A lot of kids are
Don't
gonna get
do
bullied.
that.
So to
The
get
Tony
on,
Starks are gonna beat the shits out of.
so to get to it for you, ladies and gentlemen, let's step inside the world of make believe. And
That makes me genuinely angry.
I know. I'll hug you later. But right now, I want you to tell me what did you watch this week, Jimmy?
What did I watch? Well, I don't know. I don't want to talk about Pearl because I don't want to spoil anything.
Okay,
I know
let's do a
people get
spoil-free-
murdered. But
Let's see if we can do the heavy lifting together and do a
Okay.
spoil-free version of Pearl, because it is. I mean, it's going to be like a week and a half, 2 weeks after it's been out. So that's 48 hours of spoiler time. Time.
What they
Spoiler
tell
town.
you, what they tell you about Pearl, is what it is, but it's so much more than just that. They take it in a way that I
Yep.
never thought they would even think to take it. I thought it was going to be very straightforward. Here's a Pearl story. This is it.
Spoiler-free comment. It's a period horror. I
Yeah.
would say
Poorer.
horror set in 1918 Spanish flu, World War II.
Haven't had a lot of that since that weird.
Right.
Right, because I guess by X, like Pearl's old.
Speaking of
as
the
fuck.
microphone.
Oh,
Pearl
sorry,
is
by
old
X,
as fuck.
Pearl is old as fuck. So
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but it
Who
times
is this Mia Goth? Where did she come from?
9
Where
minutes.
did he come from?
the
Ty
only
West or
thing I
whatever.
know
He's-
about
I love this shit. When
West-
they just show up and make amazing stuff. Like,
West has got some films that I've
Your
heard
Next
did,
is fantastic.
yeah, like they
did
all
he do that?
Yep.
That's a great one.
I
He's
don't-
the guy with
yeah.
the scarf that gets the arrow through the face.
Oh my
That's Ty
God.
West.
Okay, yeah, he's great because I saw that movie randomly and I was
Isn't it
like, this movie's
fantastic?
amazing.
Yeah, I
It's
want to watch
great.
his back catalog too.
Great.
The only thing I know about Mia is, besides that she's fucking awesome, is I think she was involved with Shea LaBeouf for a minute. Like I think that was one of.
Oh, okay.
I kind of think that he mentioned on Joel Barenthal's podcast
Yeah.
that Mia Goth came back to him and was like, "You need to clean your life up," and was like super straight with him, and that was part of what got him to the Catholic Church, which I hope someone gets him out of. That's
yeah,
a different
no kidding.
story.
That's not better. What the hell?
Yeah,
I'd
that's-
rather him be
that's-
fucked up.
This
Yeah.
is all I will say.
Yeah,
If his way of finding the Catholic Church actually
gets
is
him back into Constantine.
making him, making him a better person,
Then I guess it's okay.
then fine.
Sure, you're right. You're right.
But from
when
what
you're
I
right,
heard
you're
of
right.
the podcast, I like again because I think everybody that grew up with Even Stevens just has a little bit of a soft spot.
I
for
love
the
that
kid.
guy.
Yeah,
And I wouldn't hate if he really he is a piece of shit, but at the same time,
I saw
he
Honey
is
Boy.
acknowledging that he's a piece of shit, and he's like, what do you want from him? He's trying to do something to make up for it.
Everybody who's yelling at him to be better, he's trying to be
and
better.
look at
so
what he
stop
did
it.
with Olivia Wilde. That wasn't him trying to take away someone's career or and he was just
She's
saying,
gonna do
look,
that
here's
all on
what
her own.
happened.
You quoted me, you misquoted me, but I'm going to start with what's true. You're very talented.
Yeah.
I wish we did get to work together. However, don't put words in my mouth. I think that's fair, because if it was the other way around and Olivia Wilde was like, hey, that's not what I said, people would be like, why did you do that, Shia? Right? Like, come
This
on.
is very true.
Right? I'm
Anyways,
just saying.
that's
Sorry.
That's
Yeah,
okay. That's
sorry.
okay. That's the only thing I know about Mia Goth. But what we found out about Mia Goth, Jimmy,
That girl can act.
that girl's got fucking range.
Yep.
Well,
Holy shit.
when we were watching X, Claudia and I were like, I love the makeup that they were using, but I'm like, these aren't actual old people. This looks like makeup.
Yeah.
But then at certain shots, I'm like, maybe I'm wrong and I'm an asshole, right? But
And
then at
old
other
people
shots,
are ugly.
I was like,
That's the movie magic, my friend.
but there was one shot where it was because it was like when you started seeing that Pearl had the obsession with Mia Goth specifically
Yeah.
out of everybody. There was the way that Ty was filming it where I looked at Claudia. I'm like, if I think it's her in old lady makeup, and Claudia's like, you're insane. And I'm like, I don't know.
You
but
got
this
it.
is what my brain's telling me, because there's certain ways that the eyes, I'm like, they look too similar that they just found an old lady that this blah, blah, blah. And also you can tell at times, because prosthetics are amazing. And I love that they went with
I'll say that I
prosthetics,
didn't know
right?
until I found out
I
afterwards.
didn't. I heard
Well,
it on the
I
net.
kept going back and forth, but then I would second guess myself, because like it would be like, no, you're insane. I'm like, yeah, you're
'Cause
right.
that's crazy.
Stupid. Yeah, that's stupid.
That's like, have you guys seen Men yet?
no, I
No.
forget
really
his
want
name,
to.
but
I
he plays
really
every
want
male
to.
character in that movie. I forget
Oh,
his name, but
cool.
he's fantastic. He plays every male character from children to old
Because
men.
that filmmaker did what? He did.
Mother?
No,
Question
That's
mark?
Darren Aronofsky.
no.
Right.
He did the one with the cyborg.
Ex
where-
Machina?
Yes,
Right.
it's
yeah.
him, and then the one with Natalie Portman, Annihilation.
Annihilation.
Yeah,
I
so it's
love,
a lot of
I
those movies were
love
fantastic.
Annihilation.
Yeah, the idea of
Oh.
naming a movie Men and really marketing it like a horror was very ballsy. In my
Watch
opinion.
it just to,
Like-
for the end alone.
Oh,
I don't
I
know if
love
you've
it.
read about it yet.
No, no,
but
I
don't
really
read
want to
about
see
it.
it.
Just give it a watch.
No,
Yeah.
I
Get to
haven't,
the end, and you're gonna hate me.
And she's kind of a. I haven't really seen that actress before either in it. The main.
No, me either.
Yeah,
I think
really.
they're English actors,
this
so
is
it's kind of
The one thing I love about horror, and horror has always done this, is it's actually launched a lot of people's careers or
Jennifer Aniston.
spotlighted people
Leprechaun.
where you're literally like, whoa. Like, I mean, Anna Taylor-Joy with The Witch.
Yeah.
Jamie Lee Curtis, the OG Scream Queen.
yeah.
Right?
Yeah, no,
Like,
totally.
Sarah Michelle.
Yeah. Yeah. dude.
Another,
Like,
to your point, you made mention of how Ty West was filming those shots. When you see Pearl, you will understand her disdain for.
It all makes sense.
It all makes sense.
They
It
do a good job.
And it's fun to see a film that is you get the middle, then the beginning, then the end.
he also,
Very Star Wars.
from what I gather, he kind of made these two movies, because I don't know if you guys heard, but Maxine is
Is
announced
next,
as the next
yeah.
one.
Yeah, Mac,
And it's set in the 80s.
and it's Maxine from X.
So now we're picking
Right.
up where we left off.
Right.
Yeah.
So, oh man,
And,
it's so
and it's
awesome.
three versions of Mia Goth. And,
So
and,
awesome.
And there, Charles, there is a 9-minute monologue in this film.
Oh, I love it.
I'm
love
not
it.
going
You
to
don't
tell you.
like I'm sitting there listening
I
to
went-
the monologue, and you don't even know it's been 10 fucking minutes.
Oh, it's great.
She
It's a play.
That's like one of my favorite episodes ever of BoJack is the one where it's his whole
Oof.
eulogy. It's the whole episode is his
Oof.
eulogy.
That
Uh,
is a sad one.
But it's
You-
powerful. Like
Yep.
it shows how powerful
The
of
view
an
from
actor.
what is it? The
and the
view
writing.
from halfway down.
Yeah.
That is a sad one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oof.
And the funny kicker at the end is he's at the wrong funeral. But anyway, like what I'm saying with things like this is like it's like it just says so much about the writer, the actor, the filmmaker.
they co-wrote
Because
it
that's one of the
together, too.
hardest things ever. Like one of my favorite monologue scenes, and it's a tough one, is Edward Norton's in the 25th Hour.
Oh yeah.
That's a really intense,
That's a deep
hard
pull.
monologue.
That's a great
That's
Barry
a
Pepper,
hard one,
Edward
Great
Norton, Rosario
movie.
Dawson,
Very underrated. Great
Brian
movie.
Cox.
Phenomenal cast.
fucking
Heavy
it's a
hitting
play.
cast.
I don't think
It is.
it's a
It
play.
is. It
yeah.
is. It is.
Post 9/11.
Anna Paquin.
Yeah,
Anna
Anna
Paquin.
Paquin. Oh yeah.
And this is
And
like
the dog, the Russian dog.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
man.
it was so good.
But yeah, no, anyways, like that has a really like punches you in the fucking heart monologue.
Mia will do
And
the,
it's-
She
the
nails
same-
it.
She nails it.
And what I love is like she clearly her and Ty have such an amazing working relationship
Yeah.
that they're bringing the best out of each other.
I believe they're a couple.
So, they got to be.
I believe
and
they
I
are.
would,
I'm not. Don't quote
and
me. on
even
that.
if they're not, they're clearly just muses for each other.
Yeah, yeah,
Whatever that
yeah.
relationship is, you guys are getting the best out of each other. Keep working together.
But when you get Scorsese saying that I walked out of the theater, couldn't go to bed because I was so affected by this movie, saying
From
you
Pearl?
love it, yeah. Scorsese's like the poster bite
Yeah.
for like every bit of like copy,
I don't like superhero movies, but I like this.
right?
Helpful.
But when you see
Well,
it,
you said period. It's kind of a period piece too, and I
It
know
absolutely
Scorsese's
is.
gonna fucking appreciate the shit out of that.
it's
right?
it and it changes so subtly, right, Jamie?
Yeah.
Like it.
And what's
all,
funny is the poster almost looks like the girl, like the woman holding her bicep.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Interesting.
You got
yeah.
Pearl with the smile. And
There's
she's
a
holding
reason
And you
for
know,
that.
Like,
I was telling Zoe about this, but I was getting a lot of Wizard of Oz vibes off of it too.
Ooh,
Yeah.
She's feeding a lot of Judy Garland
I'm
energy.
assuming the story is kind of like
a lot
small,
of I'm too good for here.
small farm girl wants to be an actress in the big
I'm a
city, and it
star.
didn't work out that way.
Yeah.
So she hates seeing a pretty girl
You're gonna love it.
become a star, or is that's why I think she's infatuated with Maxine, because clearly this girl had big dreams. of
You
a little
gotta
farm.
see it.
Yeah, we're gonna go this
Charles.
weekend. We're going.
we
this
didn't
weekend.
really talk after. We were just like, okay, because like the last 15.
Yeah, the credits is something else.
the credit-
Oh yeah.
So like the credits is a whole different thing, but the last 15 where it really goes dark, because it's buckets of blood, but then it's a waterfall, and I even looked over at the two of them, and we all kind of looked at each other like, holy shit. But we all went home because we were all
Yep.
tired. It was a school night.
Well-
but like, what did you? Hang on one sec. What did you think of it, Jimmy? Like, how many alligators in the swamp out of 10? Because that alligator is in the story, Charles.
Oh,
This is an easy 9.
it has to
Yeah.
I'd say for sure.
I agree with you. Total 9.
Like
for
that's
sure.
me giving it a 9, but offering no way for it to be it. Like no, I don't know what would make it
Her-
a 10.
Her monologue changes the tone of the film so much that it goes from slasher flick to like it's
It's so much more.
so much more. It's
That's what
horror
X was.
plus.
X gave you a
Well-
lot more of the slasher, but it was so much
And-
more than that the whole time.
That's kind of like
There's themes for days in this
Yeah.
film.
what's
And
kind of interesting is that's kind of what Ty did even with the first one. Like that whole little part that the camera guy has, where he's like, it's kind of like what they're doing in France. With I looked at Claudia, I'm like, Claudia, you would never think, but what this guy's saying is it's true. Like everything he's saying is right. And
Why don't you
then-
make it look like it's your cock?
And I know, and I'm looking at Claudia. I'm like, we laugh because it's porn, but it's insane how this is innovation. Like,
Yeah.
this is the birth of why things are filmed certain ways and why
Yeah.
there's a standard. But it's amazing because it just shows how good Ty, like he knows what he's doing.
he's a
Everything
contemporary.
he writes has meaning.
He's a contemporary horror filmmaker.
Yeah, he's what I think, and nothing against him, because at one point I thought he had something going, but he's what I think Eli Roth always wanted to be.
Loved.
An auteur,
Yeah.
like
'Cause-
an actual filmmaker as opposed to a
'cause
gore fest
in
guy.
my opinion, the best thing Eli Roth has done in his career was Inglourious Bastards, and he's acting in it.
That's true.
He
I
doesn't-
loved Green
was-
Inferno. I did.
Green Inferno was
It
awesome.
was fun.
But again, when people say
Cannibals getting
what is it?
stoned, eating each other.
What I loved about it is like, I know what I love is like he filmed it kind of like a doc.
Yeah.
Like it
Well, yeah,
felt
he
like it
fil-
was like, this is
he
really
ripped-
what's going to happen.
He riffed on Cannibal Holocaust.
Yeah, totally, 100%. But
Which-
anyways, like I feel like Eli, because for a while there, people, I think it was Cabin Fever, because I do still think Cabin Fever is a
I don't think I've seen Cabin
fantastic
Fever.
movie. It's great.
You've never seen Cabin Fever?
I don't
It's
think
good.
I have.
It's
I don't
good.
think I've seen Cabin Fever either.
It's got the best friend in Boy Meets World, like not the main guy,
Sean.
his best friend,
Sean.
Sean.
Yeah.
Sean's in
fucking
it.
Sean.
I think he's the only really like main famous person in it.
Felt so bad.
But
for
that's
Sean.
Eli Roth's first. You know what it is? It's his it's like his Day of the Dead. It's a low budget scary movie.
Sure, okay.
Corey was
'cause
always there for Sean.
Corey was always there, and Topanga was just holding everyone together.
Charles, what'd you watch this week?
Not Boy Meets World, but this is a great flashback. I'm going to talk about this because this is like blowing my mind. Finally caught up on Rings of Power. Like we're watching Rings of Power and Game of Thrones like I'm sure a lot of people
Confusing.
are. But Rings
Hang
of
on, can I ask you a
Power
question?
is just unbelievable.
Are you waiting for the Nazgul to show up in House of Dragons? And are you
Yeah,
you
right,
watching
that's what
Rings
I'm
of
feeling.
Power and
All
being
I'm
like,
saying
where's
is if
where's Daemon?
If I have to get any more goddamn incest, will they, won't they? I'm gonna blow my brains out. Like,
kinda got
just
hard.
do the
I'm
incest.
totally kidding.
like it's just do it or don't it. Like the guy keeps showing up and he's like, what
I
are you
might
doing here? And he's
incest
like,
you.
I don't know. And
Am
then I'm
I
like,
gonna incest?
I believe
and he
they.
just what an
hang on.
opening.
I believe they are. We're talking about House of Dragons for a minute here.
Yeah,
I believe they are showing that he's impotent.
Who, Damon?
Yeah.
Well,
He's a little short.
he doesn't like his wife, clearly.
I think you mean incompetent.
Yeah.
Sure.
Incompetent.
Incompetent.
Nice.
I like that word.
Nice.
But like, you know what? Then you know what, buddy? You got like your dick can't get up. Then stop banging your cousin and trying to get it up with your
Yeah.
cousin.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, desperate
Maybe that's the
times.
problem.
Yeah, well, that's what I do love that Ray Seffon's Kirk Connors was like, look, let's keep it in the family. Then we know for sure it's gonna be all right.
Someday we're all gonna be lizard people.
What do you?
You know, I will have this guest one day.
back
He
on
just
track here.
does
Back
it
on
for
track here.
no
What do you?
reason.
What do you love about Rings of Power?
What I love, there's so much. What I love about it is it's totally Lord of the Rings, and it's kind of what Disney did. Nothing against Peter Jackson. Thank you for giving us Lord of the Rings, but you followed it up with The Hobbit, and that wasn't so hot. So let
full of
people,
CGI.
so let people who care and know about it more than you now take over and look at what they're doing.
Yeah.
It's so good. They're doing with more, and not that Peter Jackson didn't have an insanely stupid budget.
You do know that it cost $715
Oh,
million.
I know it's $1 billion thing, but what I'm saying is, you gave Peter Jackson $1 billion, and he would have done what Lucas did, which
Peter
is more
Jackson
lasers,
and the Olympians.
more, more lasers, more CGI,
true, very true,
more. These guys took a bill, and don't get me wrong, there's CGI, but there's so much practical effects.
It's the
There's so
light.
much original Lord of the Rings homage to it, man, and it's fucking unbelievable. And nothing against Peter Jackson, but dude, I think these guys have proved that they know what to do with this material more than you do. Thank
Yeah.
you for giving us Lord of the Rings.
Did a great job.
You did
Love
awesome. Thank you for your service, but like these guys know what they're doing.
Did you hear that they called
Yeah.
him and they were
And they
like
didn't call it back.
they're like yeah we
Wow.
want you to be involved.
Yeah.
And
Obviously, yeah.
we would like to
'Cause-
you to, hang on. We would like you to consult and that would be great if you could. He was like okay, and then they never called back.
Because I think they're trying to be nice. I think what happened in that
They didn't actually
conversation
think he was going to say
is
yes.
Lucas, like he did what Lucas did, which he was like, oh yeah. So anyways, I wrote a script for 7, 8, 9, 10. They're like, oh no. Like we just want to buy it. Like we don't want.
Your input.
Yeah, like you don't need to put your input.
Are you crazy?
This is how we got here, George. Like you've been fucking it up. This is why we're here right now
That's
with all
true.
this money.
They didn't expect
So
him to agree
I
to do
think they
it.
probably asked, hey Peter, like what are like just spitballing right now. Break pop loop. What are you thinking? And I'm sure he said some stuff that they're like, yeah, no, we don't want to do that. So they're probably
Legolas and
like,
Gimli are together now. I love
the
that.
minds of Moria. So he's like, yeah, we'll
do-
give you a call back, and then they just, did the nice.
Do you like
they
that
ghosted
it's
him.
do you
It's
like
the
that
nice
it's
thing to do.
Galadriel?
Oh, I honestly, especially when I always click back into, oh yeah, Kate Blanchett, Lord of the Rings moment. Fuck yeah, and it makes so much sense why when Frodo shows up, she's still kind of crazy, and the ring is like not crazy, but the ring is bringing out an evil in her because you realize, oh
That's
yeah,
its thing.
she's been fighting Saruman for like 500 fucking years.
I was trying to explain.
I don't blame her for being outraged, and a little crazy.
I was trying to explain this to somebody, and they're like, "What's this whole show about?" I can't figure it out. And I was like, "All right, just take a minute."
You hit me with this.
Okay, the first 12 minutes of the Fellowship of the Ring, that's what this is about.
The first 12 minutes of Fellowship.
It's
Yeah.
the Seal Door having the ring, the fight between humans, dwarves, and elves.
But this is hundreds of years before Lord of the
This
Rings.
is what causes
Lord of the
that
Yeah,
fight
so
to take place
Okay.
and the ring to be dispersed and
these-
Schmeagol to find.
these guys are so like they love this, like they love Lord of the Rings and they love the source material so much that they're doing such a good job of being like, yes, as we promised, this is before Lord of the Rings, But again, what is the name of this show?
Rings
of
of
Power.
Power.
So, for instance, they just introduced the architect,
Oh.
who was going to go on to eventually design these motherfuckers, right?
With
So-
do you think that mineral is what's going to make the ring?
Oh man, when they had their Pulp Fiction little moment there, where they
You got
these
that? I
little-
love that.
these little dwarves.
I
were
leaned
like,
over and
"Ah!"
I leaned over to Sean and I was like,
like,
someone likes Quentin
Oh, I looked
Tarantino.
at Claudia and I was like, Pulp Fiction, thank you very much.
Are we
Like,
good? Jules, are we
yeah,
good?
No. And that's the thing is, again, what we have to remember is you said it beautifully. Those 12 minutes of Lord of the Rings that's when the kingdom united. That was the last time.
Yep.
And what solidified it was these rings. Instead of having my rings more powerful than, well, Sauron fucked it up. But the idea was all of our rings are of equal power, and this is why we decide to live in peace, right?
Yeah.
And now we're seeing what's leading up to that. But there's also, just because it's Lord of the Rings, there is shit happening in the background that you're like, while the good are starting to come up with an idea, Saruman is too.
Yeah.
Right? Like, it's so good.
What if we use the ring for evil?
Yeah. Can you make mine evil?
Little evil?
Yeah.
Here's a note that I saw. Are you watching it, Jimmy?
No.
Okay. I noticed
watch it.
that it's the same blueprint that and when you say this is why I agree with you that how much they take care of what they're playing with. They're giving you Gimli and Legolas and Strider, even though they're not.
Yeah.
They're giving you those characters that you know in some
Yeah.
way. Like the dwarf prince is Gimli, right?
100%. Their bickering is Legolas. I looked at Claudia. I'm like, this is what you do. This isn't a remake. This isn't like, that's what they do wrong when they do these reboot remakes, is they're giving us the same characters.
Yeah.
But they don't. What they're doing is they're just showing is that what their relationship.
Elves and dwarves don't get along.
That's it. That's what it's representing.
No matter where you are in Middle
Right.
Earth, elves and dwarves don't
And it's
get the fuck along.
And when they do, it's a big deal.
Yeah.
Just like in Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
By the end of it, they're brothers. And
Yep.
that's a huge fucking deal what it
Bawa.
symbolizes,
yeah.
right?
No, there's so much
That
beauty.
counts as mine.
That's one. That's only one.
And like, yeah, it's emotional. Like that scene was great when they're in this giant stone elevator and he's
Yeah.
like, you missed my wedding, you missed my children. And he's like, I'm sorry. And this is when you realize elves are dicks because they live forever.
Yeah. To
But
an elf,
to
nothing
someone
matters.
who doesn't, it's like, yeah, I got married 20 years ago and you didn't come, you asshole. To an elf, he's
You'll
like,
get married
that was
again.
like 2 weeks ago for this guy, right? Like,
That's funny.
so it was cool seeing that, like, again, and this is what they can do with a show.
Yeah.
Totally.
And
They
this
can
is what I
stretch
love.
it.
Absolutely.
70 minutes, 70 minute
Whereas Peter
episodes.
Jackson's way of doing it was, I'm going to give every fucking character in this movie an entrance into this house. Just like Cinderella, and this is Dwarf 1, this is Sleepy.
Yeah, but I love
this
it.
is Angry.
I love it.
I only saw the first one.
I love it.
I didn't like it.
I mean, watching it the first, like, well, there's 2 times it happened, but like, just watching it all go down, you're like, this is
The thing that drove me nuts.
this is
too
exactly what played in my head when I read the book the first time.
they're all in barrels going down the fucking
I
river,
remember
and
that
Legolas,
so vividly.
Legolas is jumping around, but it just looks stupid.
Yeah. No,
Because
I'm
when
sorry.
the water has to be CGI, and then the dwarf in the barrel has to
If-
be CGI, and then Legolas is CGI jumping. What am I looking at here? Like, shouldn't this just be a cutscene for a video game?
Yes.
It
is.
kind of
Like,
looked like the
come
log.
on.
It kind of looked like the log driver's waltz.
Yeah. Like, I literally looked at it and I was like,
Canadian
are they
heritage
gonna watch?
moment.
They're gonna come out with a theme park after this movie, and that's
God
the first
fucking damn
fucking
it.
ride. That's the first fucking ride on it. Surprise.
You know they got to make shit to make shit.
Oh yeah.
right?
Hey, don't get me wrong. If they make a Lord of the Rings kingdom that you can actually go to,
Sure.
right? I'm in.
Oh,
Like,
yeah,
100%.
fuck.
Imagine being able to go and see them and like recreate the making of the ring, and it's actors all doing it.
Kind of like I made a lightsaber.
Yeah.
Yeah. Exactly.
Oh, my God. It's an
It's an
Exactly.
experience for like
You
Colbert
can-
would be there
Sauron's
every
walking
day,
around and he'll
right?
just like stop people and like
or like
you
everything
know.
goes dark and an eye lights up on top of
Yeah,
a
yeah,
mountain
yeah.
and like blasts lasers
Yeah.
at you and
dinner
chases
is
you.
being served now in the courtyard, and it's the eye light just lit up.
How many? How many?
Rings of Power.
We don't, well, I know. We don't have,
How many
we-
cock rings would
we
you?
d- can I ask you a question? Do you think it got really good in the 4th episode? It was like taking a minute, and then the 4th episode was just like, boom, this is
So
where we are.
what I loved like it the first episode, first 2 episodes, it's like a ton of world building and character building, absolutely.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's at a point where they're like, we gave you this handful of characters, you know enough about them, they're gonna do stuff now, like
Yes.
a lot of stuff. And what is cool too is they love their audience because they end an episode where you're like, I think orcs are around, and then the whole next episode's like, hey, guess what? An orc's here. And then the episode after that's like, but it can't just be one orc. Where did he come from?
Yeah, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Like
The muck.
yeah.
But here's
Like,
the thing.
who knew?
They're sun sensitive.
Yeah.
Sensitive.
So, which is, and that's
sensitive.
This is what we're learning is, again, so by Lord of the Rings they have evolved, and there's different kind of different species of orcs.
Yeah, like half gas, half battery.
Here you go. Like, no, it's seriously, and I didn't know that.
true.
Like, because Lord of the Rings, there's the orcs, and then they dig up scarier orcs, and those but there's nothing about
Yeah,
daylight.
what the hell?
There's nothing about daylight or anything.
Pods.
What makes you a scary orc? If you're just like becoming from the dirt, like how do you become a different orc? How do you even
Well,
become an orc? How does
they're-
any of this make
They're
sense?
gonna, it sounds like they're going to
Middle
kind
Earth.
of explain it a little bit.
Okay.
right?
It
Because
seems
the
that-
leader
yeah,
of this orc army right now is an
totally.
elf. How
Confusing.
did that happen?
Yeah. Well,
Right?
a fallen elf.
A fallen elf.
But yeah, when he
Yeah.
comes out of that
I know.
that fade out.
I know. I was like,
what the?
Holy shit!
One of the guys at work called it. He's like, "That's an elf." And I'm
Yeah,
like,
but it-
okay.
Why would
Right.
it be an
And
elf?
see, Jimmy, what they're doing that's so cool is they ended an episode with that. So the whole week you're like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
And in the background,
That's classic TV.
In the background, they have these two mystery characters.
Oh
One
my
that is
God.
clearly Gandalf. I'm assuming. I want him to be.
Michael says
but-
no.
The guy from the Stars?
Yeah.
No, that's not Gandalf. I know who that is.
There's no.
Didn't you catch it at the end of 4?
Maybe
Oh,
I
4
missed
just
it.
like, okay, I know this is going to
Who's
be.
it supposed to be?
That's Sauron. That's one of the many forms of Sauron. They're leading with
so,
it.
eh?
Like, hey, listen to me. Hear me out.
'Cause
They've mentioned multiple times in 4 episodes that Sauron takes on many forms.
Yeah, I know.
Now, wouldn't it be hilarious that it, like, imagine in my mind, if you will, he's like Sauron, the guy who killed or shot the guy who shot Bobby Kennedy.
Oh,
He's an
yeah.
activated agent.
Yeah, yeah,
right.
yeah.
So what I think is he's so young of mind that he was created. Like Sauron created him. Right. Well,
Okay.
actually, it's Morgoth.
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 Yeah.
Morgoth
Morgoth.
creates Sauron,
Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
this form of Sauron is human form. The form we only know in Lord of the Rings is an eye. So he's actually elevated forms from what we see, and he's born as a
That's
man
interesting. Okay.
who
I don't
is
know.
befriending Harfoots.
Yes.
Right. And so I
See, because what
think he's going to be the big turn. He's going to be a big bad.
I read, and it's great. Like, I love all these theories. The theory I read is people think it is Gandalf because Gandalf, whenever he comes in different versions, he starts off as kind of like a baby. Like when Gandalf the White came back, he didn't recognize because they were like, Gandalf? And he's like, yes.
Hang on.
That's
hang on.
what
It's
they
clicking.
called
It's clicking.
me.
It's turning
Right.
over.
And he, at least from Lord of the Rings, has a very strong relationship with hobbits, and that's not a really
Harfoots predate hobbits too.
right. And also hobbits and wizards don't
In
really
the evolutionary chain of people.
they don't really
in Middle
hang
Earth.
out. Like wizards don't really have a close relationship with hobbits, but Gandalf literally makes an effort to visit the Shire.
Yeah.
So that's like, but what you're saying, I'm like, yeah.
Gandalf.
But
And
also
what you're
I read
saying, I'm
that,
like,
I
yeah.
know, and it shows that's how good these
So
writers are.
715 million buys you.
Also, they've learned like I think all writers right now have learned a lot from Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones was
What
one of
not
the
to do.
most controversial shows in terms of the last season since Sopranos, I would say. In terms of like when you bring up Game of Thrones now, what do you hear first? Oh, that last fucking season.
Yeah.
Even though I'm one of the few that's like, I literally
Okay,
liked
hang
it.
on. Let's play a game there for a second.
I
Hang
really
on.
liked it.
I really like
Jimmy, what do you hear when you think of Game of Thrones? First thing, word, impression, what have you.
Hodor.
There you go.
Oh,
All
nice.
right. All right. What do you think of when you
Hodor.
think of Game of Thrones?
Sean Bean.
So
He dies.
Yeah.
if he dies,
It was the first. You know
He
what? You know
dies.
why? That was the first for all of us. That was the first like fuck moment. But then I realized that's the first of many fucking. You're gonna get fucked up.
you know nothing, Jon Snow.
Yeah.
Right, like that.
That's a
Like,
great
but
one.
like there's so it's in the ether.
Yeah.
is the point I'm
Yeah.
making. You're right. Yeah, as successful, if not more probably. Made
Well,
made way
Hodor.
more money because HBO was so young with Sopranos that nobody even knew it was Warner Brothers.
also
for
they
fuck's
thought
sakes.
they were also at the mindset of like, yes, don't get me wrong. There was a time where, and it's the source material, where an ending of, and then it cuts to black, and you don't know. Could be like, whoa, that was amazing. But for something of what you were doing, and then HBO made it so clear it was a profit move. Because what was the first thing they said a year after that? Well, we're going to make a movie, and it's going to follow up on what happened. But then they decided to wait so long that unfortunately James Gandolfini died, and that movie became
Yeah, that's true. I
The
did hear
Many
that.
Saints of Newark, right?
Yeah.
But that was the big. That was going to be the
Newark,
Sopranos.
not Newark. Newark.
Newark. That was going to be the big Sopranos reunion. Was a movie, right? And HBO's no stranger to movies. They make movies now. Like they've been doing that for years, right? So, like what I'm saying is, Lord of the Rings and the writers of
What are you
Talk,
saying?
they're saying right now. And
What
it's
are you
not
saying?
Even done in terms of quality and everything. A 9, and then probably when it's done, a 10.
Hodor versus Mordor.
Oh, the ultimate
Literally,
matchup we've
that's
been waiting
literally
for.
what's happening right now.
But
is
it
they're
is.
competing on opposite
It
weeks.
is like that when the latest episode of Rings drops, all the executives at HBO are watching, going "fuck."
God damn it! We
And
should
then
have thought
when
of that.
Game of Thrones drops, everyone at Lord of the Rings is just going, "Oh, that's cute." That's cute. They're doing that.
Jimmy asked me a
Let's-
question.
Let's do a fan casting.
I didn't get
Or
to
wait,
talk,
what did
you
you watch?
motherfucker.
I thought we were just doing a Pearl combo.
No, I was helping you do Pearl.
What did you watch,
I
Michael?
want to have
Alright.
one
Hey,
thing.
Michael.
I'll be fast.
What did
Say,
you
hey,
fucking
what?
watch?
Hey, Michael.
Don't put your back into it or anything.
What'd you? Yeah, whatever.
Okay, I'll give you whatever.
What did your eyes look at?
We closed Amazing Race and
Oh.
Amazing Race Canada.
Canada. Okay, yeah.
And I don't know if you gentlemen know this or not, but Winnipeg is the prize holder, Catherine Rayford.
Get out of here.
Yeah, Catherine Rayford.
Get her on the show.
We
Get
have,
her on the show.
We have been talking.
Oh,
Oh
yeah.
shit!
Yeah, I
Cool.
said I would love to meet you and your partner, Craig Ramsey, who she did it with. Super awesome couple. One of the first couples who like was super supportive in each other's corners. Nobody was eating each other alive on TV.
Yep.
Super cool to see. He's like very patient. I want to learn patience from him because he just like he would never get upset at the situation. He would just
Once
like
a
wait
week.
it out, right?
Yeah.
And be like, we can do this together. Like as soon as someone gets impatient or frustrated, it brings the other person
Game
down.
over.
And like they would just keep each other like constantly in check. So
Well, that's why they won.
that's why they won, totally.
Boom.
And they also like halfway through the season they had to take a break because they got COVID. And then
Oh,
I was like, where'd they
damn.
go? Then they brought them back
And they won?
and they won.
That's awesome.
Yeah, they were bring back and they won.
Holy shit.
So Winnipeg
Yeah,
gets
that's huge.
to bring
Represent.
home. Yeah, as of this weekend, there's a thing she's doing on Monday. I think there's like a final rewatch
Are
of
they
the
doing
finale.
like a parade or something?
Well, no,
I'd go to it.
at Confusion Corner on Monday. I think
Oh,
she's,
yeah.
I think she's doing a thing.
Oh, cool.
So if you want to
Cool.
come, I'm going.
Let's do it.
I'm gonna go be like, I'm gonna come pitch you.
Yeah.
So now it's on record that I did that. So now it has to happen. There you go. Hold me accountable, listener. So that was awesome to watch. Also, my other thing, I talked about Pearl, so we'll call that one of my things. The other thing was Sins of My Mother.
Sins of the Mother.
Sins of the Mother or Sins of My Mother?
Oh, I want to see that doc so bad. I followed the whole story. That's the one about the crazy lady who
tell you, my
fell in
mom
love with the
fucking
dude who's like,
sins.
the end of the world's coming. Murder your children.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly,
yeah.
exactly that.
I followed that whole thing, man. But
I-
I haven't
I
seen the
didn't.
doc yet.
Didn't follow it at all.
Crazy.
Was like, what the fuck is this?
Nuts. And they're like,
Fucking nuts.
present your kids. They're like, okay, they'll be here on Wednesday. And then they left the country.
And then like 14 cops are like, hey, where are your kids? And she's like, don't worry, they're fine. And everyone's like, okay.
Present them.
Sounds good.
Such a
It's
there's
nuts.
that and the girl in the picture I was recommended, and
Claudia told me about that one. She said it's really good.
they both are they're both are like, how the fuck can you be a human and exist in the world after doing something like
So
that? And
a
I'm on
really-
a fucking huge rip of true crime.
Oh, dude, a really good one. 3 episodes. Like, I love that Netflix is doing that. It's called I Just Killed My Dad.
We started watching that too.
It's good.
Yeah. You
It's
find
one of those
out.
ones where the last episode you're like, no way.
I'm sympathizing with the
It's-
motherfucker. I'm like,
Oh,
it sounds
just
like
wait, dude. By the end of it, you're like, yeah, no, this kid, I support. Yeah, you did the right thing, kid.
yeah.
You did the right thing.
But
yeah,
we also
that was fucked up.
started Andor, which is
I haven't seen it yet. 3 episodes dropped, eh? Here it's
Chef's
beautiful.
kiss.
Everything I'm reading is like the show that Star Wars universe has always needed. The show that we didn't know we need.
Yeah, it's 5
You know,
years.
like,
It's
everything
5 years
here.
BBY before
Or
the
Rogue
Battle
One.
of Yavin.
So it's before 5 years before like Rogue One, the events of Rogue One.
It's 5 years before New Hope.
Is that an acronym that you came up with
Nope.
just now?
No, I
Okay.
learned it today. There's
All right.
ABY and BBY before
They
and
need
after
to-
the Battle
They
of
need to
Yavin.
beat
Wow.
you people with big rocks.
House of the Dragon style.
Yeah. Basically, it's referencing the Death Star battle in New Hope, but that took place
But
in the
that is
Yavin.
the event that.
Yeah, it's the Yavin star system
Yeah.
is where they are. Yavin 4,
yeah.
the 4th planet, right?
And the cast is.
You know
stacked
this.
for
You play
Andor.
Battlefront. It's they battle on.
No.
Yes,
Yeah.
you do.
No,
What's a
I
Battlefront?
didn't.
What's a Battlefront?
I don't
about?
know any Star War.
Anyways, you fucking Star Wars over there. Don't deny it.
What? You go back to your Star
Yeah,
War.
Star Wars.
Is that
It's awesome. Like I watched one episode, so
Captain
I can't really say too much about it. But Andor is going to be fun, and it's 12 episodes.
You know, I'm
Diego
a huge,
Luna.
I'll watch
Fantastic.
anything with Diego Luna for reals.
Yeah.
And I'm so hyped for the werewolf with Gail Garcia Bernal.
Ooh.
The werewolf at midnight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
I
I'm
don't
excited.
even know what that's about.
To me, it looks like an homage to the OG Wolfman. From
Sure.
Black and white Wolfman.
Like
from
Wolfman
the 30s.
Jack.
I honestly.
There's been a good werewolf movie in a while.
I just like that Disney's really, they're doing stuff. They're doing different things.
hey, stuff.
They're utilizing Disney Plus. That's where you take your risks
Yep.
and you do that. Like they would never release it as a movie in theaters.
No, that's
But
crazy.
for
Nobody
Disney
does
Plus,
that.
For
No.
Halloween,
We have a streaming service.
Yeah.
Let's make
Disney
some
Plus
shit.
Halloween. Let's go.
I'm excited. They're gonna have a lot
looks
of shit.
cool. It looks cool. They have a Halloween cap already. When you go to Disney Plus,
I
it
know.
says Halloween. Click on that, baby.
I'm gonna
It's
watch
amazing.
Hocus Pocus too.
You know what? I saw the trailer and it was like, this actually looks pretty good.
I'm gonna
This
fucking watch
actually
it.
looks pretty good.
Yep.
That's funny. I
It looks
forgot they were
alright.
remaking that.
Oh yeah,
It's coming out, like,
soon.
Like next week or
Yep.
this week. I don't know.
September 30th.
Yeah, there you
Yeah.
go. Next week.
Fucking A.
Yeah.
All right, that's it. That's all I got. So we can get right into it
Alright.
because I want to get into it too. So there's your weekly watch list, ladies and gentlemen. If you have anything you want to tell us, there's a voicemail thing. It's in the link in our bio on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. So if you want to comment on any of these reviews, add some yourself. We'll play them on the next episode. See what you're watching. We would love to hear from you. Doesn't matter who you are. Doesn't matter what you're watching. Well,
That's
we
right.
don't know you. It's just a voice.
Just
Yeah.
no porn. We
The
don't
voice
really,
of
we
critique.
won't review porn. or
Critique a new
critique
porn.
it.
We'll do it. We have yet to do an After
mean,
Dark. I mean,
would.
most artistic porno you've ever watched. We'll do an episode about
Best
that.
doctor.
Yeah, we should make our own.
Best doctor.
We should make our own porno. Is what we should do. Because I know Jimmy's leading
Zach
to
and Miri.
something.
We should have a Zach and Miri fan cast.
Yeah.
We fan cast our dream porn.
Is that the way we do porn, or do we do a spin-off of our
we
favorite
pick
movie?
a theme.
I want to make Batman porn.
You're all going to jail.
I want to cast Joker.
Composer. I
Yeah.
want Michael Giacchino to do my.
There you go.
Chicka wow wow.
There you
You're all
go.
going to jail.
Anyways, point
Porn's
is,
legal.
leave a fucking
It's all
voicemail
legal.
if
Not
you.
anymore.
Shh, you guys, leave a
Debate porn. Sorry.
leave a fucking voicemail if you have an opinion. Yeah, I'm sure you have a fucking opinion. So,
Yeah, I'm
so do
sure
it.
now we
Yeah,
do.
Yeah, you totally. Everybody who listens to the show has opinion. That's why they're true cinephiles. So, moving on to the debate.
At my signal, unleash hell.
Push it. Don't push it. I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Goldstein, give me a fat beat to beat my buddy's ass.
I know what kind of guy you are. I never would have agreed to work with you.
Are you gonna bark all day, little doggy? Or are you gonna bite? What was that? I'm sorry, I didn't catch you. Would you repeat it?
Before we get started, does anyone want to get out?
We're gonna go speed round on this one, Charles. We've done this a couple times now, where we're like to the point, move it,
Yeah.
move it, because then we're like,
Do it.
it's way more fun to just like your
Yeah.
dumb shit off your
Jodie
cuff. So
Foster.
yeah, right. Argue it. Go. So
Professor X?
as mentioned at the top of the show, we are casting, and we're only casting like the major players we've seen.
Yeah, the first 15 X-Men we're gonna cast.
Yeah, exactly. That's why for time
Yeah.
we're gonna.
Bishop.
Okay, so I didn't have any single order for this. Do you want to do top to bottom on the list, or Jimmy? Do you have a place that you think we should start?
Your order's pretty cool.
Jeez. Well, okay, so I went the way. You guys remember the Invincible casting, right? And we did Wes Anderson's Invincible.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And
So-
you themed it from there. Yeah.
That's kind of what I did with this one too, except this will be Jim Henson's X-Men.
Oh, that's great.
So it's very themed. But if we end up going between each other's, I'm very confident in my picks either way that they could
I am
act
too.
in
I
a
am too.
movie with whoever you've casted. I'm very confident.
Okay.
So I guess I started with Magneto.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do Magneto.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah, yeah.
obvious Magneto. I don't know who. Miss
Piggy.
Piggy. Yeah, that's very clear.
Totally.
Is that imagine Miss Piggy with the helmet and like it just it writes itself. It writes
She would go
itself.
and fly away.
Charles. I can't.
Well, this was and obviously Kermit is Professor X because there's clear love. We talked about it before the show. There is a clear love between them.
can't walk because of you.
I am Professor. I am Professor the X.
Wolverine's so sad.
That's pretty good.
That was really good,
Pretty
actually.
good. Sorry, but go
on.
again. No, I'm okay. You guys.
Amazing.
Yeah.
That's. I mean, what am I
That's
gonna
great,
say?
man. That's
Who did
great.
you-
He's already bald. Like, what do you want?
Put me in a suit.
No, I love that you did a theme. No, we.
That's great.
Yeah, that's
Fuck me,
like
that's great.
I really want to see this. Actually, I want to see.
Yeah,
that's what
they
we'll
did
do,
a
right?
Christmas Carol. Why can't they do an X-Men Carol?
That's
or
what I'm saying.
something?
Well, and they just did the Halloween Haunted Mansion one
right,
last year,
right,
so
right,
I don't know.
right.
It
They're
fucking-
itching.
Right.
It works.
They still
I would
make
do it.
Muppets
Oh my
content.
God, animals should just be Wolverine, I guess.
We'll
eh?
see. Hold
Sorry,
on.
sorry.
Yeah, no, and you know what? I would love to see the
My
first.
mind now. Jimmy,
I
what
would-
have you done?
I would love to see the first live action puppet X-Men.
And
Oh,
you're
like
about
on
to.
stage.
No, or on screen, wherever.
Like how
right?
like in Forgetting Sarah Marshall, like guys
yeah,
in
yeah,
black
yeah, yeah, yeah,
suits
yeah.
doing-
Whoa, I'm so sad.
Dracula musical.
Okay, who'd you cast, Charles?
Oh man, I mean after that, Miss Piggy too, I guess. Oh, okay, all right. I had like obviously I always pick multiple, but I'll go with my first pick, Michael Shannon. Michael Shannon.
Ooh.
Wow, heavy.
I want to see Zod as
Ooh.
Magneto, basically.
Sure.
I'd love.
I
that.
wasn't a farm. All right, I didn't grow up on a farm.
I was
Professor
never a
X.
farm.
I wasn't a farm. No, I just love that line. What does he say to Clarke? He's like, "I didn't. Where did you learn to fight, Clarke? On a farm." That's
God
what he
is
says
that.
in Man of Steel.
Right, he does throw a jab.
Yeah, he throws a nice hard jab at him for being a
That's
farm
super
boy.
Do you think
funny.
he knew that? He knew he was a farm boy?
I think the idea is he goes in his
Because that'd be a
conscience,
weird
'cause
thing to say.
He puts him on the farm. That's where he's fucking with his head.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
that
So I
seems
think
like
he's in his subconscious.
Why can't you learn to fight on the farm?
Well, and Professor X
Like,
could
what's
do
wrong with
that.
that?
I feel I would only learn to
I
fight
wouldn't
on
fight
a farm.
anyone who grew up on a farm. They'd
Dwight
beat
knew
the
how
shit
to
out of
fight,
him.
and Dwight
Yeah.
literally grew up on a beef.
If you're like, I grew up on a farm and I want to fight, I'd be like, you win. Like,
Good
fuck
pick.
off.
Good pick. Michael Shannon's
yeah,
nice.
Michael Shannon.
Okay.
I
all
mean,
right.
no.
I got. I mean, I don't think this will beat Miss Piggy, but I hope. I got Gary Oldman.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Right.
Good pick.
I want him to have the mustache that he had as Commissioner Gordon.
Oh yeah.
Though
yeah,
I
yeah.
want, I
Oh,
want a silver mustache. I want a silver hair. Right. Like
Natural.
yeah.
I want some of that, like just a different artist's take on Magneto for a
Yeah,
minute, right?
totally.
Instead of it being like an older man, I want. Yeah.
No, I get that.
I definitely.
Have you guys seen Tiptoes?
No.
No.
Gary Oldman plays a little person, and he's just on his knees the whole movie.
Oh wow.
I bring it up because he has range, is what I'm saying.
Thank you.
Yeah,
To the
literal
point.
range. Literal range.
Little height, low, and tall,
It's
right?
fantastic. Don't ever see that
Tiptoes.
movie.
Okay.
Tiptoes. Yeah, terrible.
It's
terrible
pretty
movie.
wild that they're like, Gary Oldman, you're gonna be on your knees the whole movie. And he was
He's
like,
like, I'm in.
yep.
He is. I've been in Hollywood
That
for
makes
20.
sense.
I've been in Hollywood for 20 years.
So
I've
they
been on
put
my knees
shoes
ever
on
since.
his knees?
It's just,
Okay.
it's so fucking awful. It's just truly offensive.
Well,
Are
that
there-
makes sense why he was Winston Churchill, I guess, after
Yeah.
that.
Are there any tulips?
There are no tulips. There are
Oh.
no tulip tiptoes.
Gary Oldman's good. That's great. That's
All
a
right.
good pick.
So now how do we decide? Are we going to do the 3 vote?
Yeah. We'll do.
Oh my
yeah,
God.
So you don't vote for yourself, but you have to
yeah.
pick.
Yeah.
I
one or
mean,
the other.
fuck me.
I
we-
started. So
Yeah.
should I vote first?
You go first.
I think I like Michael Shannon. I think he's done Zod. I think he could do Magneto. That was a good point.
Thank you.
Charles.
John.
I miss Piggy.
I like this because each of us will get a chance to break a tiebreaker. Because if I vote for mine, I have to vote for the two of you. So it'll go around the room very nicely. I like this.
Yeah,
Okay.
there you go.
I kind of want to see Miss Piggy as Magneto.
I'm excited. So from this point on, we're either having an all Muppet cast or we're having a mix. So either way, I'm excited.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
down.
that's true.
I'm down
That's
for
true.
interhuman, interspecies connection. Right?
Zoe pitched this to me too, by the way. I just kind of formulated the cast at
It's
work
very-
today.
it's great.
It's very cute. All right. Well, let's just go down the list, top to bottom. Then Jean Grey. Charles, you go first.
Wow. Oh, have 2 for this, and I'm like,
This one was tough for me
who
too.
do I
Did you
pick?
notice that I sent you my
Who-
picks when I sent you?
Yeah, it was hilarious. I was like, okay,
had
we know
good
what
picks.
Michael's
You had
doing
good
now.
I was like, here you got some cheat notes, guys.
You know, I have 2 here, and I'm like, what do I do? But
Panic.
I'm gonna go with my gut.
Okay.
Jimmy,
gonna
are you?
say
Can you write these down again?
Yeah, I think.
I'm gonna
You want to? Here, you got a pad of paper here.
Here, I
do it with this. That was one amazing. That's 2 amazing catches on camera.
You know, I pride myself on it.
I hope we recorded that.
We
'cause
everything.
We got to
is-
do a play.
This room is like Princess
I
bathroom.
really
We
wish you
record
didn't,
everything.
because I closed my eyes.
you,
when
John-
it was coming
Can
at
you
me.
John Madden it and like draw on the footage?
So
Here's
right
what you
here
gotta
is
do.
where the podcast takes
That's-
place
that's a
on the
tough crowd.
field.
You know who steals money from the poor? Brett Favre.
Are you sure they're not going to find out about it? No, they won't find out about it at all, Brett.
What a fucking human piece of garbage.
$250,000 earmarked for
From his own
And what did he do?
community.
from his own
And he
community.
Stole
also-
welfare money to pay for his
Oh, yeah.
daughter's volleyball
Volleyball.
court
That's right.
at a university.
And he also sent pictures of his dick to
He's
reporters.
human scumbag.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's,
yeah.
he's
Yeah.
horrible.
Absolute monster.
And he was a hero at one point.
like, you don't have
idiot.
enough Wrangler jean money, you dick.
Yeah.
Who's
You
your
pay
pick,
for it
Charles?
yourself.
Oh, this is tough. Okay, I'm gonna go with Sadie Sink.
So who's for,
Is that how we say her name? Sadie Sink.
I don't know who
Stranger
she is.
Things, redhead, Stranger Things.
Oh,
Maxine.
nice.
Maxine.
Nice. I still haven't seen Stranger Things.
Oh, you dummy.
That's okay. Kevin Smith hasn't either. I don't feel so bad.
But she's gonna be in The Whale with Brendan Fraser. That's her next.
Okay, I know who you're talking about.
That's her next big movie, I believe.
Yes.
Is she's in The
Okay.
Whale with Brendan Fraser.
She's adorable.
She's great.
Yeah.
She's great.
Is she?
And
Is she?
She's fantastic on Stranger Things, and also I haven't seen The Whale yet. I've only seen Stranger Things. She's great on it.
Red hair
But
helps.
the
I don't think Tiff saw the
Range,
movie.
I would like to see.
You know what else she was in? She was in that Fear Street.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, she was in that
great
too.
in that too.
She was
great
fantastic.
in
Was that
too.
series on Netflix?
Dude, watch it.
Did,
It's so good.
Yeah,
It's
okay.
the 3 movie
the
trilogy.
Goosebumps, but for older
Adults.
I
kids.
promise both of
Yeah.
you I will watch so much fucking horror this October.
You're gonna like it.
You guys are going to be like, he thinks
Hey,
he's a pro now.
If
like,
you want. Oh man.
It doesn't
Cannot
take
wait
much.
for Hellraiser.
Okay, let me give you my pick. I went with Rose Leslie.
Oh
So
yeah.
I went
Wildling.
yeah, I went with the Wildling.
Yeah.
I went with Egret.
She's great.
You know what? Like, I see her. I've seen her. I can't remember what I saw her in, but she did pull off the American accent.
Oh, Time Traveler's Wife.
Yes, that's
Yeah,
it. Thank
yeah,
you.
She pulled it off really
And
well.
I was like, "Hello, nurse." And I see the scientist in her.
you know what? Honestly, I wouldn't hate either if they were like, "We want you in your native tongue." I would totally be okay with that too.
You know what? It like
You know nothing, Scott Subbis. You'd be like, "Oh shit,
Scott Summers.
Scott Subbis."
Everybody would just listen to her then.
Yeah,
at that
I
point,
mean,
right?
yeah.
Hi,
right.
Scott Summers.
Right?
Get over here,
Because
Cyclops.
there's nothing that's other than the comics.
Come here,
and-
Wolverine.
Other than the comics and how it's been casted, there's nothing specifically saying she
Professor
has to be
X.
American.
Sorry, I can't stop doing this.
Can you say
could be.
Cyclops
Magneto.
again? You're doing Mike Myers now.
Am I doing?
You're
Am
just-
I doing the Scottish man
Yes,
from?
my neck looks like a vagina.
I want my baby back ribs.
Yeah. I want your baby.
Anyways, yeah, Rose
Yeah.
Leslie.
Good one.
Just
Good pick. Good
everything, the soft skin, the very, very much her look.
You want her skin, is what
I
you're
Weird thing
want
to
to
say,
wear
Michael,
it. I
yeah.
want to wear it like Ed Gain and a lampshade.
Well, you know what? Claudia brought up a good point, and I have to mention this. She also said, well,
Thank
when
you,
you're
Claudia.
casting Jean Grey, you got to make sure you got to put Phoenix in mind as well, too, right?
yeah.
So I do, obviously, Wildling would be Phoenix, right? So
No, I think I did with
yeah.
my pick too.
What's your pick?
I was really thinking Phoenix when I made this pick. I picked Janice from the Dr. Teeth and the Electric Mayhem band.
know
Mostly
if I know.
because there's only 2 female Muppets, so this has been very difficult for me. There's also a chicken. We'll get to that later. So that's my pick, strictly for those reasons.
Hang on. Let me bring this up. So what was her name?
Janice.
Janice.
Janice!
I don't think I ever knew that. I googled it.
I'm
found
not
it
going to
out.
lie. When you said Janice, I was
I was like,
I
who?
don't
the
know
blonde,
that one.
the blonde Muppet.
You know that
Does
we
she play
have
in
to
the band?
She
mention.
talks like
This
this,
has to
man.
be-
Oh, yeah. Okay. I know Janice now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me take a look at her here. She's worth a look.
Not red hair, but I feel like we can fix that because
Oh,
you
yeah.
pop
you
it.
just, Jim, let's get new hair on her.
Is he dead?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I know who you're talking
Yeah,
about.
see,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Okay, Jean Grey. Yeah, I mean, I can see it. I just don't know if we can get money for it.
Cool.
Sick. Yeah.
Sick.
You know, I had a feeling I wasn't going to win this one.
Yeah.
This Jean Grey pick.
Janice?
So we're going all Muppets and then Sadie Singh as Jean Grey.
Yeah.
Okay,
It's gonna be weird. There's always one human in the Muppet movies.
So we got Sadie Singh, Janice, and there's always one human in them.
There's always one.
That's the name of the episode. And
Jim?
and Rose Leslie.
Treasure Island.
Charles, you go first.
Oh, Janice is such a wild card. I'll go Wildling. I love I loved her.
Thank you.
Egrid.
Thank
I love
you.
Egrid.
Michael.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Your watch has such a lovely shine to it.
Oh yeah.
Did you shine it recently?
I just always keep it in tip-top
It just
shape.
glared right in my eye, and I felt like we were outside.
I'm a watch guy. I like
It's fine,
watches, so.
but like that's a
Thank you.
that's a heater.
Thank you.
I gotta put it in the wheelhouse. I want a mix of Muppet and human. I am totally game for this.
Then
we
cast Michael Caine.
just to make it Muppet friendly.
Yeah, that man gives 110% in a Muppet movie
He'll
where
show
he had
up-
no reason to.
I'll
He'll
cast
show up in the movie as himself at some point.
Ebenezer Scrooge will be an X-Men.
I'm Michael Caine and I love mutants.
I gotta go with Sadie Singh.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm gonna go
Yeah.
Sadie as well.
All right,
Yay.
nice. Yeah,
Sadie,
yeah.
Sadie,
Is she? How old is
Sadie.
she?
She's 20.
That's perfect.
So she can play
Yeah.
the role
Yeah,
for a
she
really
could.
long
She
time.
could.
Few
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, because I wouldn't mind if they had a little bit younger X-Men. And I mean, when Hugh Jackman and them first did it, they were younger.
Well,
Young.
if we go with your theory of snapping, then we can snap them at any time in their
Yeah.
lives.
That's
True.
right, and they blimp. Right.
So, and
True.
that could be part of the break in Spider-Man, or
Yeah,
that
yeah,
could be
yeah.
part of the flipped back
Yeah,
to before times,
That's right.
Like you've got room there.
that's right.
All right, cool. So we got Sadie Singh. We got it written down. Yeah,
Yep.
we got a list here. Perfect.
Let's
okay.
do Prof.
Prof. All right, Professor
go
X.
first.
I'll go first.
Oh, we're going to
I think Voldemort needs some redemption, so I'm going to go with Ralph Fiennes.
Wow.
Yeah, I saw that. That's a good
Right?
pick.
I'm going to shave his head.
That was good.
I believe that people having seen him in The Kingsman and
Oh, yeah.
That movie fucking sucks.
Yeah, I haven't seen
That
it yet.
was
You
a
guys,
piece of shit.
I'm going to watch it because it's on Disney Plus, so I'm like, whatever.
Oh,
but
watch it. I mean, it's fun. It's just fucking
Yeah.
sucks.
isn't
Yeah.
Race Effon's Boss Rutan?
no, he's
Boss Rutan is the fighter.
yeah, from what?
Oh, yeah. Never mind.
He means
I was thinking of
the guy with the big dick.
Rasputin.
Rasputin.
Yeah, Rasputin.
Boss Rutan.
Boss Rutan. I meant
I love it.
Rasputin. That's what I meant. Boss
He
Rutan
does a
was
great
awesome,
job.
Though.
Boss
Yeah,
Boss
Boss
Rutan's
Rutan plays
great.
Rasputin.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
Okay.
Boss rooting for Professor X.
He's bald.
Awesome. Here,
Can we just
when you
agree
get
on
into
that
it, when
and
you
move
see
on?
a human and a human gets in your face, bam, punch him. He's done.
Punch him. Done. The fucking MMA fighter.
Should we just pick Boss Rutan?
No, yeah, that's amazing.
Okay, all right. Ralph Fiennes by way of Boss Rutan.
Good
Ralph
pick,
Fiennes
Michael.
playing Boss Rutan.
Good pick. Mine's
Somehow.
Kermit, so we can just Charles.
Yeah. good. This was a long time ago, fan casting, and I forgot about it, and I read it, and I was like, yeah, I remember I was on this bandwagon. Bryan Cranston.
That's nice.
I was on that.
That's
I was
just
on that
yeah.
bandwagon for a
Okay,
while.
all right. I mean, does he have a compartment for blue meth?
Yeah.
Does he-
His chair's blue,
Yeah, is this
and he calls it blue.
is it
Bring me blue.
Bring me the blue. What's the name of the blue? What blue magic? Blue magic is from that Russell
Blue
Crowe.
Steel
Blue-
is Zoolander.
Zoolander. Blue
Uh,
berry.
Blue crack.
Blue.
Boss Rutan.
Boss
Blue
Rutan.
Boss Rutan. I'm glad you guys knew who Boss Rutan was too.
Of course. I
Oh.
used to see his
So
fight
much.
commercials all the
Self-defense.
time.
Yeah, self-defense. Like I know
Just
how to.
middle of the night.
He's the reason I felt safe in a bar.
I am too because nobody would
'Cause
be
he
like.
told me everything was a weapon, and I'm like, he's right.
He's right. Anything can be a weapon.
I'm kind of happy too because nobody will leave a
fucking
voicemail
pencil.
about how we missed that as a group.
Yeah, I'm
Boss
sure.
One of us knew Boss
I love
Rutan.
it.
We're
Oh,
fine.
I love it.
Okay, so
That's
we
my
got
vote.
Kermit, Boss Rutan.
I already wrote it down.
Oh shit. Okay. All
Good
right.
pick. Good pick, Michael.
Yeah.
Now
Bob-
we've all got one on the
He
board.
throws the chair at people.
Boss Rutan. Boss Rutan.
Everything's a weapon, Wolverine.
Boss Rutan is Professor X.
Boss Rutan.
I just need to keep saying it, so
What
I'm
is
okay
he
with
up
it.
to?
The
He's
danger
gotta
room is
still-
very different. It's just a bar.
It's a bunch of guys in geese just beating the shit out of each other all the time.
I believe.
Always a bar
And
set.
they say shirts that say Sentinels.
Sentinel in the bar having a drink.
So Sentinel and Professor X sit down at the bar for a drink.
Miss Piggy and Boss Rutan could have some very big sexual tension.
There could be. Yeah. First, hey,
It's pretty
listen,
good.
First female Magneto. I mean, by way of
Oh, yeah.
And what are they going to be upset about?
And cross species too.
Cross. Yeah, we're fucking checking boxes left,
Yeah,
right, and
man.
center.
Should we
We're
do?
thinking way far ahead.
Should we do Wolverine?
Yeah, we should.
Ooh.
All right, so back to you for first.
Obviously, I picked goddamn Animal because who the fuck else is going to play Wolverine? Right? Built for it. Drumsticks as knives. We're in. Easiest casting I've ever heard in my life.
I've never been more convinced to actually entertain that.
Oh, it's great. It's great.
While I was doing this, I realized the whole thing just casts itself. Like, they are perfect to do a Muppet version of this.
And what's great is he'll always be angry because people always call him Wolverine, and he's trying to say, it's Animal!
Phenomenal.
Phenomena.
So good.
We've earned this as a group.
Phenomena.
Sorry,
Phenomena.
this scene's playing right now. What I love about it is they didn't even know they were going to do Logan and see each other again. So this was emotional for them, obviously.
Because they thought last
But then
time.
they got Logan.
And we
Yeah.
got a
Speaking
real
of
one.
Yeah, you know what?
Speaking of
Yeah.
Logan.
You don't realize that emotion is in that scene until
Oh,
you
yeah.
know that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool. Yeah, we're just playing in the background.
Days of
listening.
Future
And for those of
Past is
you,
going
for
on.
listeners, those of you that can't see, I am wearing a full-on Wolverine shirt.
So
He
who do you
is.
That's
cast?
how
Yeah, so who are you
jacked I was
casting,
for
by the way?
this.
That's how huge Jackman.
Okay, so this is what I said, just because I think, again, whoever has to step into this role, it's like I feel bad for what's his
tough.
name, George Lansby. He was
He's
the
James
first
Bond?
guy.
Yeah.
He's the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
guy to take over after fucking Connery. Like that's
Yeah.
a tough gig.
That's
Yeah.
not fair.
But
On Her Majesty's
Something
never
that we
watched
don't-
that movie.
something that we don't realize that we kind of got. I'm saying Daphne Keane. I want her, Logan, Laura from Logan.
X-23?
That's right. I would like her to come back and just
Natural progression.
keep going, and she continues being the
That's
Wolverine
the least
for the
pressure
MCU.
situation. That might actually work.
And we've seen her play it already, and she kicked ass.
Yeah. That's actually a really
And
good
she's,
idea.
She's older now.
Spilled buckets of blood.
She's older now, so like it makes sense, right? She can really like get, and she's older, but also still fucking young that she could play
Yeah.
it for like 20 years, like you did.
All right, I'll one up you.
What do you got?
Taron Egerton.
Yeah, I'm hearing that right now. And he said he sat down with Feige recently.
And
So
he's
hear me out.
short.
Hear me out.
He's
Yes,
stocky.
And he's
he-
short.
Stocky short.
He did sit down with him, but I also watched the Blackbird,
That's right. That's right.
and he put on. Hang on. He put on maybe 30 pounds of muscle when he
Okay.
didn't have to. Like
How much body hair did he put on, though? How
none.
many pounds of body hair?
None.
Oh, I
Then
heard
he
that-
can't be Wolverine.
listen
no, I heard
to
they're
me.
getting a hair guy for the.
They'll get the exactly the hair guy. He's already fucking bought and paid for, right? But like,
Oh, we already still have a lot of huge chests lying around.
Hey, Tyrion, ask everyone where their pubes are.
hang on, guys.
On my chest.
Shush for a second.
Sorry.
Riff elsewhere. So like, I don't believe he had to put on that much weight other than auditioning for Wolverine at the time.
Okay.
I
I'm
think
sure they gave
that
him a straight
role
test.
was for him. So he was like, you know what? If I can bulk up for this role,
Yeah.
I'm gonna throw
Yeah.
a look at Kevin Feige and be like, listen, you could put me in the costume, it would work.
And he knows how. It's like Bond. You get to be Wolverine.
Yeah.
This is a huge deal, man.
Exciting.
You
Yeah.
get this is a 10
He's a
picture
great
deal.
actor. He's a great actor. He's young. He's great.
It's very young.
I think he's a great choice.
And we can snap anytime we want. We can snap when they're in their 20s. I mean, Wolverine doesn't matter, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
we can
no,
have
totally.
we can have younger looking actors. We can have a younger version.
You can come back.
Yeah.
It'll happen.
Well,
I would not hate seeing an old man Logan story again.
but it's
with
got to
him.
be by way of Deadpool first.
Oh yeah, a
It-
road trip movie with him and Deadpool. He's driving him to set. That's the whole movie.
Animal, Daphne Keane, and
Taron Egerton.
Taron Egerton. You go first, Jimmy.
I think the X-23 story makes sense. Where it's going to go. But I don't see them doing that. And I just don't.
Yeah.
I think Taron Egerton,
Animal's
going
going to be there first before
Yeah.
they do
Yeah.
X-23.
Yeah.
He's a short, stocky guy. He's just, I think he looks the right
He's
part.
cheap.
Yeah.
Doesn't cost
Get
a
him while
lot.
you can. Get him while it's cost effective. Sign him for a few years. I think that's where my
Yeah,
vote's
yeah,
going.
exactly. What do you got to do? You don't have to feed him, right? You can work him as long as you want.
Yeah.
Trade off to another puppeteer halfway through the shoot.
Yeah.
He probably looks. We know he looks good in a suit, and he'll rip it.
Yeah,
Damn right.
yeah.
Ah.
Does this mean you guys are picking Animal?
I mean,
my
I'm
God.
I'm just seeing the similarities between the two characters. Okay, so you're going
I
Daphne
voted
Keane.
with you.
Yeah.
Where's he gonna go? What's he gonna do? Where did you come
You
from?
know what? I mean, everybody deserves a shot. Let's give it to Animal. That's what I'm going to pick.
Charles, you're the tiebreak.
Yeah. Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah, you know, if we're gonna go for a new Wolverine, why not Animal at
Right?
that point? Like,
I mean, we all know
we're
it's,
gonna go for it.
we all know it's Taron Egerton, but
And it's
like
something
for this,
completely different. Like, you can't even compare it to Hugh Jackman because it's so different.
it's
Yeah,
a,
that'd be so
It's in a
weird.
league of its own, right?
Ranking the Wolverine.
Yeah.
we're giving you a new
I
take.
think Hugh Jackman had more dialogue than Animal always, so it was just easier to connect with.
Jimmy, what's next?
Next, let's do Storm.
Storm. Okay.
Good one.
All right. Jimmy will know what I'm talking about with this one, but
Okay.
I don't think I wrote it in when I sent it, but it's Charles. Charles.
Charles, you go first.
Charles.
Oh my God.
Charles.
Yeah, I had two picks here. And I'm like, which one do I pick? I'll go with her because she really blew me away when I. Okay,
Is that
I'll
a
just
Storm
say,
pun?
She
She swept him.
She's-
Not swept him.
she
That's
blew me
awful.
away. Hey guys, you know what happens to toads when they're struck by lightning?
What?
What?
Same thing as everything else.
That's awesome.
That was a real
That's funny.
thing that a scriptwriter wrote, and it made it in that movie. I will never forgive Halle
I
Berry.
I
for
feel
that.
like they wrote down the first part and they were like, insert joke here, and that just
and
never
she-
happened.
Yeah, she kept saying insert joke here, so they were like, "Damn it, just say everything else,
Just
Sally."
everything else.
Yeah, it's the worst line.
She
ever.
walked
And is
around-
that even true? Like, is that true?
I mean, I think her point is that like you have no advantage being a toad. I'm gonna burn you.
Because he was kicking the shit out of him. He
Oh,
almost
wa-
killed them
yeah,
all.
He was, yeah.
Or
yeah.
like
He
giving
kicked her down
him
an elevator.
giving him some sort of hope where she knows that lightning will do maybe something not as bad. She's like, do you know what happens to toads when they're struck by lightning?
I don't know.
They
you
turn
don't
into
know?
Darth Maul.
Yep.
I've never shocked a toad before.
Yeah, you sick woman.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many has she
We're
done?
calling the PETA people on you. Okay. What's
Okay,
your
for
pick?
Storm, I picked. Her name is Jasmine. Jasmine Savoy Brown. I believe I'm saying
I've heard that
Savoy
name.
right.
I've heard that name.
She plays. She's in Yellow Jackets. She's one of the young when they're the young.
She's the one with the
girls.
braces?
No, she's the one that eats dirt.
Oh.
I know who
yeah.
you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
That's who I
Yeah.
was picturing. too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the older sister.
Yeah,
The one that eats. Why does
No.
she do that?
No, no,
I'm
no.
confusing
No,
Yellow
no,
Jackets
she's-
and
and that other
Yeah, the
one
other
that you
one.
watched.
We did
No,
this
no, no.
last week.
we
Yellow-
did this last
Yellow
week.
Jacket. She's the one that
Eats
the
the
redhead
dirt.
girl gets her face
Yes.
mauled.
Yep.
She's the girlfriend. She's her
Yep.
girlfriend.
Got it.
That makes the mask for her. So then they
Get it.
like-
Got it. Good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then her older self eat. No. Even when she's young, she eats dirt.
When she
she,
finds
like,
herself
sneaks
outside of her
upstairs.
house too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Why
yeah,
is
yeah.
she doing that?
Yeah.
I
it's
need to
so
know.
wild.
Yeah,
So-
that's gonna
but the
be.
young one, the version that
Yep.
plays her when she's a young girl.
I
and the
totally
mouse,
can see
her.
that for sure.
Good pick.
And she's young. Like I haven't seen her in any like
Good
Yellow
pull.
Jackets was the first thing I saw her in. And I'm looking at one thing that I loved about the original X-Men movie is it skyrocketed a lot of their careers. And that's
Afternoon
what
delight.
they should do.
Sky
Rockets in flight.
Afternoon delight.
Who's your Storm, Michael?
Lexus Louder.
That's a good pick, man. Cop Shop was fantastic.
Right there you go. You know
Hold
what
on,
I'm talking
I gotta
about.
look this up.
Lexus Louder.
That's a good pick.
I gotta watch it. I have it on my Prime list. It's number one.
Oh,
Dude,
it's so much fun.
It's so much fun.
Like,
It
that's
it
something-
looks like a great
If you and
cast.
Claudia are just sitting down and you're like, I don't know what to watch, put on Cop Shop.
Alexis
Louder.
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 It's just fantastic.
Yeah. She shot Violent Night here, the David Harbour.
Yep.
Oh,
Christmas movie?
she's wicked.
That's a really good
Yeah.
show.
Is she the one in the Uncharted movie?
I don't know if she was in
different
Uncharted.
girl,
I never saw
different girl.
Uncharted. No,
No,
didn't
I'm
see
thinking
it.
of something else. I remember her in something.
Yeah,
She's,
check her IMDb.
Watchmen.
Yes.
She's Watchmen.
Yeah. Yes.
That's what I saw her in.
Yes.
That's what I saw her in.
yes.
Yeah.
Good.
Good pick.
That's a good pick.
Big
Really
fan
good
of
pick.
her right now.
And again, she's up and coming. I would say, like
Yeah.
her career's starting to like really take off.
10
and
year,
whatnot.
you can get 10 films out of her, no problem.
And
Yep.
she would bring a lot more. Like again, I love Halle Berry, but her Storm just sucked. This one
was-
would actually
it was
bring. She'd bring like layers to.
Do you know what?
Yeah.
It's Pumpkin Spice Storm.
Yeah, it is. I
it's
hate to say
generic,
it, but it is.
basic
Yeah.
Storm, right?
Yeah.
Like it's
And in X2, Bryan Singer's like, let's make the girls have like a side adventure, and their dialogue is so dumb together.
I love her look as Storm.
She looked great, man. She looked great, and
I
the white
just-
eyes, everything.
I
but
think
her
at the
dialogue-
time, Halle Berry had a very good career,
yeah, and it
and-
was a moneymaker. For
and
her.
it was a moneymaker for her. I don't think Halle Berry is the kind of
She was the biggest star, other than obviously what's his face, like Professor X and Magneto.
Yeah.
She was the biggest star out of all the
Patrick
X-Men.
Stewart. Yeah,
Yeah, she was
Ian-
the biggest.
yeah,
She
yeah.
was
That's
the
a big
biggest,
get.
Yeah.
biggest name in the room at that time.
totally.
Yeah.
and that's why she's there. She's pulling in asses to seats. Because I just don't look at Hallie and go, "You're a comic book fan, right?"
Well,
so
yeah.
she's doing a good job, but she's not doing.
She didn't connect to the character.
But fandom was different back then,
for sure,
right?
For sure,
we didn't demand as
they
much.
were paychecks.
We weren't as bitchy.
Well, and when and in the original comics, also in the '90s cartoon, because they did such an incredible job. Storm is like co-captain of the X-Men.
Yeah, she is. She's a big damn deal,
right? But in the movie, she was just always in the background.
She's just also Storm.
When are you going to choose a side?
Her
Shut up,
and-
Storm. Okay.
Her and Scott Summers run the school. Like it's not. She's not nobody.
Well, and
so
when Professor X dies, that's them. They take over.
in Cop Shop, she's always wielding a 6-shooter, and I want to see.
This big fucking gun.
And it's
cool.
put a hole in you 6 inches round.
Blow your head clean off.
Nice Clint Eastwood.
Oh my God, yeah.
That was Clint Eastwood, right?
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
I mean, I try.
Damn it.
I want to see her spin a lightning bolt like that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Even
I wanna
the idea of her doing kind of like a Scarlet Witch thing, just fucking playing with lightning in between. Yeah.
Right, like a Tesla globe in her hands or some shit. Like I would really like that. So yeah, Alexis Louder's my pick. And she was just sassy as shit in Cop Shop. Like she took no shit. And
I'm gonna watch that tonight. I think that's
enjoy.
It's a good pick.
Enjoy.
I think you're gonna like it.
And Gerard Butler, right?
Yeah,
yeah,
love him. He nails
and
it.
Frank Grillo
Whole cast.
Oh yeah, Frank Grillo's great.
with a nose piece,
Yep.
like a Matt Damon nose from Ocean's 13.
Oh my God.
No shit.
The Brody.
Yeah, the Brody.
The Brody.
That's what he calls it in the 13.
It's fantastic.
The Brody. Okay.
It plays. No, the nose plays
The
for
nose
the sake
plays.
of the nose.
Yeah.
Okay, who do we have?
Oh, I haven't done mine
you
yet.
haven't done yours
no.
yet, yeah.
So scraping the bottom of the barrel for female Muppets, I have found Camila the chicken.
Sure.
She can already fly. Huge plus.
Yeah. Laying eggs.
Something about a
and
lightning chicken sounds pretty fun.
Lightning out of the old egg hole.
I don't know.
I don't know.
There's a lot more female X-Men. Like
Okay,
we've still got.
all right.
There's still Rogue and Mystique.
Oh shit.
It's gonna be rough for me. I think. I vote Alexis Louder.
I'm.
We just go right to the votes now.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great.
Jimmy, off the top of your head, who do you think? Just spitballing. Like first, who do you think could play?
Alexis Louder. That's
Okay,
fantastic.
okay,
Yeah,
all right.
that was a good pick.
I haven't seen her yet in Cop Shop, but I know her from, I can't remember what I've seen her in. She looks great. She's an up and comer. You got my vote, bud.
Oh,
Good job.
Louder. I didn't hear you.
Oh, Michael, you just won the whole game of Monopoly.
Sweet. You owe me money. You're on my Park Place.
Okay.
No. All right.
You'll
Whatever.
be Park Place.
Moving on, because I want to find out what other female Muppets there are.
Janice actually comes
Let's
back.
do Mystique.
Oh, that's great.
I picked someone who is also blue. I picked Gonzo.
I mean, Gonzo with red hair. I can.
Right?
I'm Mystique.
That was
Oh my
more
God.
Mr. Bean like.
Gonzo.
Yeah, I don't know. He's blue. Like
Yeah.
that's kind of my whole thought process behind picking Gonzo as Mystique.
Sure, a lot of different personalities in Grover. A lot of different personalities in Mystique. Morphing, maybe.
Grover is not Gonzo.
Gonzo, you mean?
That. Oh, yeah.
Michael's Gonzo in the
God.
head, if
Yeah.
you know what I mean.
Yeah. No, I'm sorry. I'm confusing my puppets.
Get your fucking puppets straight.
And who has a fucking Muppet in the room, right? Like,
Yeah.
you'd think I'd know my Muppets.
Listeners, Michael has an actual Muppet of himself.
I do.
Yep.
I do.
And he doesn't know Gonzo.
Is he a man or is he a Muppet?
Ooh, you could sing that with the Muppet.
I will do it.
It ain't easy being white. It ain't easy being brown.
I love when he puts chloroform in its mouth.
I love when Buster puts out, he's like, I ain't going to the country club, you stink ass bitch. That's my wife, you son of a bitch. Dad, it's my hand.
I didn't even think to pick Franklin.
Okay. Gonzo.
Yeah.
Who's your Mystique?
What are we doing? Where am I?
Mystique.
Oh, right. Okay, I went for something.
Right, we're doing
you know,
Mystique. Sorry.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Gonzo's
Yeah,
Mystique.
I thought Mystique, you know what? I really loved Rebecca Romaine and Jennifer Lawrence. I think they set those bars really high.
They did.
So I went with Ana de Armas.
Oh,
Interesting.
From Knives Out, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And
the
Marilyn?
the last yes, she's going to be Marilyn Monroe in the last Bond movie.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yeah. Also, she did a movie with Miles Teller and Superbad.
Oh, Jonah Hill.
Jonah Hill.
Oh,
Gun
Dogs or something.
Yeah.
Gun
She was
Dogs.
in
Gun
That's
Dogs.
pretty close.
And she banged Ben Affleck
She
Who
did.
hasn't?
very publicly.
Yeah, that too.
I didn't even watch the movie. I was like, they must be doing a movie, and then Prime's like, the movie you guys have all been wet for.
Was that that? Please tell me that was a tagline.
Oh, it should have been. I'll write it for them.
It was a hot.
That's what
Was,
they put
was
on
it
the
a
Well,
hot
because
one?
I
holidays
mean, they
there.
were smart. Everybody was invested in this, like, wow, like, because they were publicly really hard together.
Yep.
And then a surprise movie coming out where it's like, what? Basic Instinct with them, essentially. So it's like, shocker.
I've already
We
seen.
win method.
I've already seen Sharon Stone do this, guys.
I want to see him
been
do
done
that, but he's
before.
his character from The Accountant.
Oh please,
just drawing
yes.
Just keeps drawing on all the walls.
That's
in
the
the house
universe.
and
He just keeps doing
all
fucking
that. Such a
tax
great movie, by the
returns.
way.
I
Thank
like
you.
to
That
shoot.
That movie
Okay.
was awesome.
My Mystique is not that mysterious. It's Alexandria Daddario.
Okay.
Oh, Percy Jackson.
Yeah. Well, Baywatch
I
for
guess.
me.
White
Texas
Lotus?
Chainsaw
I
for me.
guess.
Texas. See who? Yeah.
White Lotus.
Yeah.
She was in White
we
Lotus
own
most
We own the
recently.
Darkness. She
Yeah.
also did, which was
Yeah.
shot here, by the way.
Yeah.
I just
True Detective.
True Detective. Yeah, definitely. True Detective. I think is she got noticed in True Detective for.
Yeah, you noticed her, you pervert.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
She had a monologue.
she actually did. She does come in and rips him fucking open in the cop shop.
Oh, yes.
She does.
She does.
She gets pissed off for that
Oh,
shit.
okay,
Yeah.
all right.
But yeah, I just young again, right? Long-term career.
You got to say young at the end. When you start with young, it worries me.
Okay.
you sound like a producer.
You
yeah.
know, like young and shit. Like young. You know?
Chill,
Fucking
Harvey.
young. No, Harvey would be like, oh, hey,
Jimmy,
do
you want
want
to go back to my hotel room?
Yeah.
Like
Come for a podcast recording, and then
Yeah,
it's a man that answers the door, and he's like, "You need to go to that
Let me
house
go.
down
Let
there."
me go put on my
Yeah.
robe and you give me a
Listen,
massage.
she's not young if she can't date Leo.
Oh, no, this is a Hollywood standard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you young enough? I love how it's just a big joke to everybody.
Yeah.
And he's like,
And
"Ah,
Leo's
fuck
just
it."
like,
At least they're legal.
"I win Oscar." You just give him thumbs
Yep,
up.
they
every
sure
time.
are young.
Martin
You
Scorsese
guys love
movie. Okay. Yeah. So I think she will pull in the younger generation from Percy Jackson. She also did
guess.
again young.
I
Is that what you
guess.
think of the younger
It was
generation?
the first thing I ever saw her in, and I loved Percy Jackson when it came out.
Peter Jackson in the
Peter Jackson in the Hobbits.
That's the one that never got made. I mean, I don't have much. There's a look to her that I can see her mysterious. I've seen her be nice. I've seen her be an absolute cunt. Like she plays a lot of
Baywatch.
different roles. I've seen her become unhinged. Like I feel, and Mystique is so.
Maybe I need to watch more. I'm not
Have you
a
guys seen the
huge
new
fan of her.
Baywatch? She's in that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
it
no
was
boobs in that movie,
atrocious.
but there's 2 dicks.
Yes. Yeah.
Wow.
They made.
Two dicks in
About-
that
I
movie.
didn't
about
like
damn
it very
time.
much. It wasn't very good.
About damn time.
Oh yeah, no, the dicks were fine. I love them. But
Yeah.
I'm saying the movie was not.
No, it wasn't great.
Yeah, wasted dicks.
Wasted dicks.
Yeah.
Poor Zach Efron.
What are we? Fuck. What are we voting on here? We're halfway through. Let's
I
kill this.
vote for Ana de Armas.
Ana de Armas. I will also vote for Ana de Armas.
Clean sweep.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah. No, that
I
makes.
too vote Ana de Armas.
You can't.
Okay.
You
I
can't- you
vote
can't do that.
animal then.
Yes. Gonzo.
Baby blue. Baba boo.
Gonzo.
Baba boo.
Gonzo.
Okay, we got Rogue, Beast, and Nightcrawler to close this out here. Do we want to do it in this order? Yes.
Yeah,
yes, we
sure.
do. Okay.
That's
All right.
That's how I
What do
have
we
it.
have left to do?
Rogue,
Beast,
and
Nightcrawler.
We didn't do
Alright.
Cyclops though for some reason.
Oh, we missed Cyclops. Sorry.
Let's
Yeah.
just go Cyclops
Yeah.
and then those last.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. Who you're first, I believe, on this
Shit.
one.
three. Okay.
Yeah.
I gotta think of a fucking Muppet for Cyclops.
The reason why I'll pick this guy is because he actively said he will not do
You
a
picked
Marvel
DiCaprio,
movie,
didn't
or
you?
it's not on his docket. No, I would love to see DiCaprio's Doctor Doom. I think that would be hilarious. I went with John Boyega.
Oh.
Okay.
I think
I've
it's-
seen this online. I've
'Cause
seen this in chat
I get
rooms.
it. He's very hurt, and I would be too with Finn and Star Wars. I get it. He invested a lot, and that should have been a bigger deal for him, but it wasn't.
The worst
So
part
I
of that
get
whole
it.
thing was Disney realizing Disney knowing and not reacting fast enough.
Properly. Yeah.
Just as soon as they
Yeah.
knew, they didn't, and then they went and told, and then they
And now
kept,
he's hurt. Like
Yeah.
he's really
Yeah.
scarred by it. I get it, but make it up to him. Give him fucking Cyclops. You're leader of the X-Men, bud.
Yeah.
You're no Finn in this one.
Yeah. No,
Right?
you
And
got
I think he would be great. Like Finn is even like Finn was an awkward character, but he was commanding, and he has the accent. Like if they want to go American, I would also be cool if he was English and he was just in his native tongue.
British Cyclops.
Yeah. There's no
Cyclops.
reason why these people have to necessarily be Americans.
and there's no reason that it's the right universe. We've
Yeah,
already been
right,
introduced to the
right.
wrong universes.
Right. I will say, like, well, we'll talk when we get to it. But
Okay. All right.
John Boy.
John Boyega, yeah.
I went so easily malleable and
Kirby.
and just like every studio would be like, yeah, I want Chris Pine.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh,
He looks like
shit.
Cyclops.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I got.
Don't worry, my Cyclops.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
Thank you, Jordan.
He does look like a Cyclops.
Oh yeah, he's got that hair.
You know what I mean?
You know, he's
like,
got the chin.
Looks like a dick.
right.
yeah.
Looks like a dick.
Well, Cyclops looks like a penis.
Yeah. Nobody-
Cyclops has always been that all-American Captain America kind of.
Yeah.
He's in the same vein, right? So
I think
I'm
James
just.
Marsden did a great job.
So do
Yeah,
I.
He was a
Scott,
fantastic
first Scott
Cyclops.
Summers, really.
He was a
right?
fantastic Cyclops.
And he has the jaw. He has the football player, right?
Yeah,
He's
totally.
the all-American,
Totally.
and so I'm just staying.
He's a leader.
He's a leader
He's a
too.
leader.
He played Kirk, right? Like
Yeah.
you're giving the leader of this franchise somebody who they are, hopefully they know, and it's not hard to convince.
And
So,
Michael, is he the only Chris missing from the MCU at this point? He might be one of the
Pratt?
only Chris's.
Evans,
Hemsworth.
You're just missing Pine.
No, there's 5 Chris's, isn't there?
He's the 5th.
Evans,
Evans.
Hemsworth,
Christian Bale.
Evans, Hemsworth, Chris Pratt. There's 3.
Yeah.
Pine would be 4.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I think isn't there 5? Are we missing a
I
Chris?
thought there was just a 4.
Hopefully someone leaves us a voicemail. Who's the 5th Chris? 5th Chris, leave us a voicemail.
Thank you. Leave us a fucking, or tell us where the fuck do you think the 5th
Yeah.
Chris came from?
I feel like Billy Eichner would be screaming at us right now. Give us
Name
the 5th
a
Chris!
woman!
Give us the 5th Chris! Oh, you're useless! And
Either
just
way,
run away.
to your point, he is the
Um,
4th. He's the only Chris.
Yeah,
that
I
hasn't
think he's
entered.
one of the few Chris's that's not
Yeah.
in it. Like,
I don't know. That's
Yeah.
yeah. And for that reason, I think Chris Pine. Jimmy.
good pick.
Well, I picked Scooter because he has glasses.
And
That's what he says in his audition.
I've already got the glasses on.
I want the
I don't know
spectacles.
exactly what Scooter does. I think he's like a stagehand.
He's kind of a behind the scenes guy.
Like imagine
He has,
being a
like-
Muppet and they created him and they were like, I
Can
don't
I-
think he's for the show.
I know we cast this already. Can I just say one thing that the old men that argue all the time, that'd be a great,
Stadler and Waldorf.
be a great Magneto and Charles.
Damn.
Just thought of it now. Sorry.
Shit.
They never get anything done because they would constantly.
And they would never finish
yeah.
their chess game and argue about that.
Yeah.
You never make a move. You never make a move. Anyway, sorry. I just. Scooter.
Scooter. All right. So John Boyega,
Scooter.
Chris Pine, and Scooter. Charles, you went first, so you gotta vote first.
Ooh. I'm down for bringing in all the Chris's. I'll go Pine.
I'll say Pine as well.
Yeah.
Pine.
Unite
Smells
the
like pine
Chris's.
in here. Unite the clans.
Unite-
Unite the clans.
I'm just gonna write Pine.
That's
Pine fresh.
Pine. Pine fully clean.
So we've got
We got 2 more.
Rogue, Beast, and Nightcrawler.
3 more. I can't count. Rogue. I will go first.
Yeah.
I've seen Rogue. Rogue goes through different phases. Rogue grows as a character that we know when Anna Paquin
Yeah.
took her. Right.
Grogue.
Rogue.
Grogu. Grogu. I want to see Grogu as Rogue.
Yeah.
Grogu me some Rogu. Rogu.
Spaghetti sauce with ragu.
Oh my God.
Rogu.
Watching Roku eating ragu with Rogu.
Mogu. Fogu. What else rhymes?
This is fun.
This is an improv game. That's what that and Charles knows what I'm talking about.
Oh yeah.
Evan Rachel Wood is my Rogue.
Oh.
Evan Rachel Rogue.
Evan Rachel
Good
Rogue.
one.
Yeah.
Good one.
I
love her.
watching Dolores come full circle in Westworld,
Oh,
watching
yeah.
her become alert and awake and full of and aware of herself, of herself.
Fully aware of herself.
Rogue goes on the same journey, right? She becomes
yeah.
stronger. She realizes her powers. She understands
I
who
can't
she
wait
is.
to see her as Madonna too.
Right, that's
just in the trailer was
wild.
great.
Yeah,
it's great.
yeah. For if you've seen,
I don't think Madonna's good for your career anymore, Al. I think you need to break up with Madonna.
And lo and behold, he
I will.
got fucking smart about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, Evan Rachel Wood, just the same trajectory I can see that she played with Dolores, she could do with Rogue.
Yeah.
She's commanding. She can sing. So if we want to turn this into a musical because we have Muppets, we fucking can. Like
It already is, brother. Has been the whole time.
Yeah, the humans are just allowed to join the Muppets. That's what we've kind of allowed here.
Yeah.
So Evan Rachel Wood, that's my
Good pick.
Yeah.
I picked Rolf because the first two letters are the same.
Rogue Rolf.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Nope.
Okay.
He's
All the logic behind yours are just so classy. I love
Charles.
They're
It was a
simple
lot
to
harder than the first
to
few
the
were
point.
really easy, and then
Yeah,
the rest.
yeah, you're right. You're like,
It's
fuck.
like, who the fuck are these?
This is our version.
So-
okay, it can be whatever the fuck we want it to
Funny
be.
enough, both our picks have kind of
middle
have a
name?
Madonna connection, but I went with Julia Garner.
Ooh, Julia Gulia or Julia? That's why I
Julia
came.
Garner. No, it just because like we saw in Ozark,
Yep.
and in that one that she did on Netflix with My Girl.
My girl.
I don't have time
Yeah,
for this, and I
dress like-
don't have
you dress
time
like
for
your
you.
Poa. You dress like your Poa.
You're so Paul.
Phenomenal.
But no, and Rogue has to be like I want Sugar, like I want the '90s, like like the sassy Rogue, like where she is such
Hey,
a confident.
Sugar.
Yeah,
she's
and
she's
doesn't
older.
Let,
yeah,
she doesn't let Gambit get close because she's like a.
that's
I don't need a
'96
man.
X-Men. Is that what you?
Yeah. Like I like that, and I like that. And I don't know if you guys know the story of Rogue, but she eventually steals Captain Marvel's power. That's why she flies and has super strength.
Well, that's a journey.
She touches Captain Marvel for way too long and drains her power accidentally, and
Sweet.
then is Captain
Oops, I
Marvel.
forgot to wear a glove for this love.
Yeah, but that's the storyline in the comic books.
Interesting.
Yeah,
I really hope they touch on that.
it's kind of neat.
As long as Brie Larson feels it's okay to come back as Captain Marvel.
I mean, the next one's called the Marvels. Doesn't mean Rogue doesn't have to be in this.
That's very
Rogue
true.
can
That,
be in it.
man, do you because Rogue and
I don't know. It's
think
interesting.
about get a little meta, get a little inside it for a sec. Because Rogue and Wolverine were the first two characters we ever saw on screen in the first opening sequence of
That's true.
X-Men, would it not be conducive to introduce Rogue and Wolverine as the first
Again,
two
that'd be
characters
nice.
in the Marvel universe?
Yeah. I mean, and again, it's just I want Marvel's at a point now where, especially, they have such a huge advantage with multiverse.
Yeah.
Give a shit we haven't seen.
Yeah, why
And
not?
if it doesn't work, like you said, snap it and we'll figure it out and make it work.
The snap is in their pocket.
Because they're saying that one big rumor that makes me sad, but I get it. Krasinski is probably not going to be Mr. Fantastic. That's a rumor I'm hearing.
I feel that was perfectly placed for us as fans.
Because that's what multiverse, literally, it's in the title. Multiverse of Madness.
They
Anything can
could
happen.
do it.
Yeah.
So they did it,
Yeah.
and they're like, we did it.
But I must
Say thanks and move on, right?
That's
would
right.
love to see him. I
We'd
would
all
love to
love
see
to see
him
him
and his
back.
wife,
I felt it was a
Emily
little
Blunt be
stale.
Sue Storm.
I felt
I know,
his
but
Krasinski
also
was a little flat.
I agree, but probably, who knows, his shoot could have been 2 hours.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, hey, bud, we need you. The only time it works in your schedule, here's 2 hours, okay?
yeah.
Could have been not fun.
But maybe he doesn't want to do it, but he was like, God damn it, for fans, why not? And
I
he was
got
almost Captain America. Remember
It's
that.
true.
He screen tested as Captain
Yeah,
America.
I know.
Right?
Well, they saw
So-
13 days in the Benghazi.
Well, that's why he was like, yeah, he was he's still, like, even in Quiet Place, he's still in great shape.
He's
He
a
got
hunk.
Jacked.
Hunka.
He got real jacked for that one. Yeah.
Okay, so you picked what was
Rolf.
Rolf?
Yeah. The
Okay.
piano playing dog.
And
I went with Julia Garner.
Evan
Ozark.
Rachel Wood.
And you went with Evan Rachel Wood. Yeah.
Do you want to see Gardner go with the red hair, the dark hair first, and then go to the silver? Do you
Yeah,
wanna
like
see that?
I want to because I think maybe part of that is with Bryan Singer's X-Men, they did it with Magneto trying to kill Rogue, essentially drain her.
Yeah. and then that's what converts the.
They could do this one if they go the route of
Quick hair dye.
stealing Captain Marvel's hair. Maybe that's a result, same kind of thing as draining that power. It's a lot of power surge, right? Because it could be too much that's the most power Rogue's ever absorbed too. So they could do
Right.
that stress hair thing that they did with Rogue. Like, I'm okay with that.
Jimmy, what's your vote? Julia or
I think Evan Rachel Wood is just too old for the role.
Touche.
She looks fantastic, but
Not,
Yeah.
she's not old. It's
no. These
no,
are
no,
like
yeah.
20 year. Like
People,
we're thinking.
people
20
know what you're
years.
saying. You're,
Yeah, like
you-
these characters are gonna, or these actors are gonna play these roles. We're hoping for like.
and
20
Rogue
years.
is usually a
Yeah.
younger person, isn't she?
She is kind of seen that way because she's
At least
like,
in Bryan
yeah.
Singer's they were. I don't even like saying.
I
that
think
name.
they went for like a younger.
Can you beep that out? Can you beep out Bryan Singer when
Sure.
I said that?
Oh yeah, I
Thank
guess. I
or just
said
say
that
fuck
too.
Bryan Singer every
Yeah.
time you say
Yeah.
Bryan Singer's name.
If you
Fuck
could-
Bryan Singer.
Yeah, put in a cut.
We'll
of
just
his
say
Fuck
name.
Bryan
Fox.
Singer.
When
Yeah.
Fox made
Fuck Singer.
Yeah.
when Fox made X-Men, we'll say when Fox casted Anna Paquin, yeah, obviously, I guess the angle was because they wanted to give a little father-daughter, like
Yeah.
with Wolverine.
it does
Sure,
have that
definitely,
feel.
yeah.
And
Here's
I
some
mean,
beef
with
jerky,
Logan, they
eat a
did
kid.
that, and with Logan, they did that perfectly. That
So I'll vote Julia
relationship.
Garner. Michael. Don't pick Rolf. This should be an easy choice.
Oh, it's an incredibly
Rolf-
ease choice.
Rolf
I was
wins.
just pausing for suspense. It's obviously Julia Garner.
Sweet.
It is because I'm gonna fucking kill you
Yeah,
scene from
that one,
Ozark.
yeah. If you don't want me to talk, you're gonna have to
Fucking kill me.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
She's a beast.
She's got range, man.
Can
And
I go
then-
first for Beast?
Yes.
Oh yes, please.
Who else to play Beast but Fozzie Bear?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
I had a-
He's somewhat of a scientist himself.
It's true.
I had an ex-girlfriend who every time I mentioned Fozzie, it would just drive her up the wall because she couldn't understand why bears and politics had anything in common with each other. Like
Yeah.
it bothered her, and like an emotional core level, she just could not hear Fozzie. Like it would melt her
yeah.
brain, and I'm like, why are you letting a hand puppet ruin
Control your life.
Yeah, like the irony is it's a hand puppet. You control it.
That's
Yeah,
right.
yeah,
Right, it's a fucking fake thing. Anyways,
Unless it's Thing under there, and then who controls Thing?
A lot of X-Men are blue, by the way. Very difficult for me.
You know why? Because in the 60s they wanted characters that popped. Bright colors, blue and yellow.
yeah,
That makes sense.
Wolverine, right? He had
Yeah.
blue and yellow.
that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like
Such
it looks
ugly,
dumb
it's
as hell.
ugly.
Oh, it's nuts.
Like in live
but
action.
I could see in the 60s, especially from an animator standpoint, you're like, yay!
Spider-Man.
Right?
True.
Like,
yeah. No,
yeah.
it's fun. I get to
And
play
I
with
heard-
brights. Yeah.
I don't know.
Daredevil.
There's more to that, but I think I read that something was like Marvel was capitalizing on color where DC was doing inking.
Oh.
They were going more, and that whole thing of dark
Inky.
Batman,
Sure, yeah,
ink,
yeah.
Batman. So Marvel capitalized on color.
Yeah.
What's
Sorry.
your beast? No.
Oh,
Who's your beast?
my beast? Who's the beast?
Who's the Beast?
Kelsey Grammer. No.
Hi, I'm Hank
bring it
McCoy.
back,
How do you
bring
even
it
get
back.
better than that?
I just want to mention Claudia's because I really liked Claudia's pick. She
Yeah,
said
yeah.
Billy Eichner.
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
And I
that's
love that
good.
idea. I love it. I could take it down 1,000 notches. Just yelling at everyone.
You know what? Because of X-Men 96 being angry, all
Yeah,
the
yeah,
angry
yeah.
scientist, yes,
Yeah,
I can
yeah.
definitely see it.
Yeah.
I'm
I
excited
went.
to see Bros.
I really love him. My pick. I really love him. And he's already proven to us that he can play the smart.
okay.
You know, I went with Ben Whishaw, who is Paddington.
My
And Q.
God.
Oh.
And Q.
Yes.
That was what influenced
Paddington.
it. Was
No, Paddington,
Paddington
actually.
Q.
Yeah, but Paddington is what
I want Paddington to be Beast.
he could. He's got the blue coats just as skin now.
Can you just imagine Paddington walking upside down the whole time?
And just
Like,
giving
these
everyone
little
marmalade,
feet.
like Wolverine, like,
Oh,
get the marmalade away from me. No, we don't want sandwiches, damn it.
Enough with the
Gene's
fucking
missing
marmalade.
again.
He's just so positive. That
Does
bear.
Ben Whishaw get big?
So I figured the way that I really liked what they did with, what's his name, Nicholas Hoult, is that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Nicholas-
like
yeah.
what they did with him.
Yeah.
I think it works. And I would imagine the technology's better, so I would kind of like that.
Well, yeah, okay, so maybe he's just a ultra, like maybe he's a long distance version, a long distance runner beast, right?
Yeah.
Or like
Yeah,
a
or like-
triathlon
Or
beast.
again, like, not to that extent, they could find a middle ground, but like, I like the Hulk, like the way they develop Hulk, like Ruffalo's Hulk. So give him the full, you know, as long as I can tell it's Ben Whishaw, you know, I'm down with it. But yeah, that was the idea. I kind of
Okay. Michael? Gonna be tough to beat Fozzie.
You guys want to know?
Of course.
Jordan Peele.
You had Jordan
What?
Peele as Beast, eh? That's funny. That's funny.
You can't say nope. I think Jordan Peele, I've recently followed. The best thing about TikTok is sketch comedy to me.
Yeah.
So somebody who does sketch comedy and they throw their shit up, Key and Peele have their channel now.
Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
they do, eh?
They do.
Oh, cool.
So it's just short. It's just like one sketch of Key and Peele, but
Yeah.
you just roll and you find them all.
Yeah.
And they've been doing the football roster sketch.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Dwayne Nathane, Mullane,
Yeah,
Payne
yeah.
from Florida University.
Yeah.
Oh my good
They're
fucking
so good.
Dingle
God.
McCringleberry.
Yeah.
Penn State.
Isn't one he's like the Decepticon symbol?
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
just says in brackets
Yeah.
Decepticon symbol.
It's
Yeah.
so perfect. So
Yeah.
and just seeing that, and then also knowing what his capability is as a filmmaker, I feel is like the best parts of waking up is Jordan Peele in your cup, right?
Yeah.
He's at a good age too. He's at a very good age. He's got he's
Interesting
He's
beast.
rocking being an older man. He's got his glasses. He's letting his beard out.
He's
He's a
got-
director.
He's
yeah.
got such-
There you go. There
Aaron.
you go. Hey, Aaron. Yeah.
I just want to see him be his witty. I just want him to be himself as
Yeah.
Beast, because as himself, he could bring the science. He can talk highbrow science just like he can be highbrow film, and he can also go into the fucking like depths of comedy and make fun of himself and make fun of his culture and make fun of who he is and not take himself too seriously. And that's the best of both worlds. I feel that you do with a Beast character.
I do need a shot of Beast hanging upside down, reading a book or drinking some tea.
Right?
Absolutely.
Like the
Right?
fact that they even got Frasier to do that was great.
Amazing.
Yeah.
You gotta
That was
see it,
great.
right?
That was great.
It's a trademark Beast move.
It is.
Right?
And again, like I did. I really liked Kelsey Grammer.
Yeah, that was a good beast.
I liked it.
It
worked
was.
really well. It
Because
really did.
Well, and that's like what Kelsey Grammer and Sideshow Bob, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I know enough,
Yeah.
Oh, you.
right?
Oh, yeah.
Chef's kiss. It's
Oh
just
my God, Niles is Professor X.
right.
Kelsey Grammer, Sideshow Bob is Magneto.
Have you seen the trailer for the Frasier reboot?
So it is
No.
happening?
Oh yeah.
Oh shit!
It's
No,
on
I
Peacock.
haven't.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh, it must be good. Is it him at the radio station still?
Yeah.
They bring
Or
his-
a podcast? Is he podcasting?
He's like
now?
Alex Jones. It's really weird.
That's what they do now. It's
It might have a little bit of that in it. I think Niles
he
might
thinks
have
Sandy
to.
Hook didn't happen.
No.
That's the opening episode. Jesus. Frasier
No,
gone
I think
bad.
the way they're playing it is Niles might have to rescue Frasier
Okay.
and bring
that's
him
funny.
back into like
That's
their
funny.
older life,
Yeah,
right? So
that's
I think Frasier's straight.
And I imagine the dad is like their
So
father
dad.
passed away in the
yeah,
show
yeah,
too,
but yeah.
So,
So
that probably
it's
caused
yeah,
something
but
to start
Daphne's
to-
back.
The
Oh,
dog's
nice.
still
Is-
alive.
What's her face? His assistant. It was Daphne. Was Niles who he ends up
Oh
with?
yes, yes.
His producer, the woman, like the-
Roz.
Roz.
Yeah.
Is she back?
I believe
She was a great
so.
character.
I believe everybody's back for it, and even side characters like Lilith,
Like Frasier's wife, right?
Oh,
Lilith?
my
Yeah,
God.
right?
yeah, she was
Like,
great.
You
She
know,
was great.
so
Nobody does dry delivery. She's like a Janine Garofalo.
fuck. I want
Like,
David
she can
Hyde
do
Pierce.
That, she can
whole
do that.
show.
Here's what I
dry-
want. I want David Hyde Pierce as Beast.
As Beast.
That's funny.
He would be a good Beast. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. He would. Did he teach science in Wet Hot American Summer? Wasn't he?
Oh
the-
my god, that was great.
Yeah, and
Oh,
I'm pretty
he
sure he
did,
was the
didn't he?
science teacher in it.
But he's got a PhD, right?
just
He's a
giving
medical
ourselves a good
doctor,
cry.
right? So
Yeah, yeah.
like Beast is a shrink and not
Yeah.
like he's retired.
Yeah.
He's retired. He's aged out. He's retired.
Who's
Yeah,
your
yeah.
pick? Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Jordan Peele.
Right.
So Jordan Peele, Ben Whishaw, Paddington,
Went on a
Fozzie.
tyrant.
Fozzie Bear.
Yeah. Who went first here? Jimmy?
I think I did.
Yeah, you go first. Vote. Vote, damn it.
I like Jordan Peele. I think that's a fun one.
Hot
Yeah.
fucking
I
damn.
think that's a fun way to go.
Yeah, that's fun.
Charles, you going to make it so?
Fozzie.
Fozzie Bear.
Just listen-
actually-
just
Very
listen to
little
me.
hair and makeup time.
Don't make me do this. You know I'm right. Like you know in your heart of hearts.
We can't just have
Can
two
I hear a
Muppets.
Can you give me a Fozzie? Can you give me a Fozzie Bear?
Waka waka?
I mean, if you want to
I just think of how much that would
do
trigger
not
Wolverine.
let his waka waka make you flocka flocka away from voting for me.
Think about it for your consideration.
Fuck off.
Fozzie Bear as Beast
For your consideration.
for
Well
the next
pl-
Emmys.
Well played. Well played.
Well, what is he? He calls Wolverine calls Beast Fuzzball, and then
Yeah.
what is
Fozzball.
Fozzball.
Really? Are you going to the dark side?
Fozzball.
I've told you this writes itself.
I'm gonna go Fozzie he very would be.
Oh my god.
Michael.
Oh my god. Like, do I vote with
You have to
principle
tie break.
and just pick you?
But then we have a tie.
I know we do, and then
So
we.
then all of ours get to play Beast.
I guess so. It's
In
just
each
a three.
movie.
Is that better, Michael? Is that what you want?
I want a different beast in each scene, just because I want Jordan Peele to be in most of it.
And Ben Whishaw will just be Paddington, but the blue coat will be zipped up.
Yeah, exactly. That'll be his blue. That'll be his blue. No. Fuck it. Fine. Let's be friendly to the Muppets and give it to Fozzie just for.
Waka waka.
This could
Fuck.
help him break out
Gene
too.
is. I'm sorry, X-Men. Gene is dead. Waka waka. Waka waka.
Oh, Miss Piggy's in the corner being Magneto. That's the worst Miss Piggy. All right, last up on the list
Now we
is
just have
Nightcrawler.
Nightcrawler, yeah.
Just because he bamfs.
But in the German circus, I was known as my name is Kurt Wagner. But
Kurt
in
Wagner.
the German circus, I was
See,
known
let
as
me
the
go first. You know who
Yeah,
I
yeah.
got for this?
Nightcrawler.
Pepe the King Prawn. Yeah.
The
Tell me
little,
that-
the little prawn that
Tell
jumps
me
across
he's
the
not a
screen.
fucking Nightcrawler.
I mean,
He's definitely a crawler.
He's pretty close.
he's a
He's a
crustacean.
ghoul.
I don't think he's a crawler.
That one was the easiest one for me.
that
I started there and worked my way to Miss Piggy.
Oh my god.
Who do you have for Kurt
Very
Wagner?
easy.
So I like the idea of keeping it a German because
The Germans are coming.
Yeah, the Germans like that too.
And who
Well,
played him
yeah.
again? What's his face? Not Alan.
well, he's English, but he did a good
Oh,
job.
right. He's the bad guy
Alan
in
Cumming.
Spy
Alan
Kids.
Cummings. That's
Alan
it. Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, he
Golden
did
Eye is where my Alan
Yeah,
Cummings
yeah.
comes from.
the pen. Yeah, I am inevitable. I've been the inevitable. That's
Alan
what it
Cumming
was.
has a comedy special that's on
I'm
Prime.
I'm
right
sure
now?
it's good.
It's
he's
well,
awesome.
he hosts. He has like his own bar and he
Oh,
brings guests on.
cool.
It was great.
He was also the manager in Spice World. I'm pretty sure.
He also narrates the story of Citizen Kane
Oh yeah.
and Orson Welles' life after it.
Okay.
There's a
yeah,
documentary on They'll Love Me When I'm Dead,
Yeah. Oh, he's got a good voice.
and he narrates the story of where Orson went, and it's so tragic. It's so
So-
fucking Hollywood. Go on.
I had two picks, but I'm picking my favorite of the two.
Okay.
I'm going with Flula Borg.
Wow,
He was
Javelin himself.
Javelin from the Suicide Squad.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And
So
he's also from Pitch Perfect 2.
Flula's
Das
very
Super
funny.
Sound.
Das super.
Das Super Sound. That's the name of their
Oh
acapella group.
God.
That's their name. He's fun. He's fucking hilarious.
He's very funny.
He's really funny. And Nightcrawler's kind of like, I liked how Alan Cumming did it when once the Magneto or once the Stryker poison wears off. It's kind of kooky.
Yeah.
He's like, I was in the German circus, and he's all like pushing that. Remember, Wolverine's like, I don't care. Yeah. So I kind of think he would be funny like that. Like he'd be kind of a comic relief in a way.
I was the talented Nightcrawler.
Yeah.
Anybody who like poofs out and poofs in is a little
Right.
kooky, right?
Right.
So yeah, you I can see.
Who knows if the him
And he-
that's on the other side is the real him?
He has
Sure.
he has a very thick German accent, but he also plays into it a lot. Like
Yeah.
because he knows it's.
Well, he leans into the accent very much.
And I think it would be great. Like I think, yeah. I think he'd
Javelin
be
fought
fun.
Green Lantern once.
Yeah, he did. He did. And he's
on him.
hilarious in Suicide Squad. He's in it for like 2 minutes, and he's fucking hilarious.
I did this one for Jimmy because I know Hereditary has a special place in
Not
his heart.
a little weirdo.
I picked Alex Wolff.
Oh, okay. I
picked
think he
a
looks like Nightcrawler.
big nose guy.
The hair.
Oh,
the
the
brother.
one who breaks his head on the fucking table.
Yeah.
One who
at
watches
school.
his sister get a little off the top.
Oh, yeah.
I picked
okay.
Alex Wolff for that
He's
one.
a good actor, man.
Yeah,
That's a good pick.
He's very talented.
he's
I think that, you might be overreaching, honestly.
yeah, it might be a little expensive.
Like he's really good.
I just think
He's got the look.
he's got
he's
the
got
look.
the
Can he do German though?
Yeah.
I mean, I can do German.
Well,
Not well.
By 9.
there we go.
Why does everybody who does
There it is.
German do Hitler? Like, why?
Well,
how does that always
unfortunately,
happen?
our generation was exposed to Germans because of World War II. That's how I learned about Germany.
Yeah,
And they're all screaming in the videos, so unfortunately, I assume Germans do that.
999.
Yeah.
Everybody-
Also, Indiana Jones are yelling.
that's true.
Yeah, that doesn't help.
That's true.
Americans.
You know, their history really doesn't help them.
Yeah, I know.
You don't fuck with Indiana Jones, and then you
Yeah.
start a war?
Yeah,
like-
come on, 2,
I don't know.
Yeah.
My
1 maybe.
yeah. All right.
I'll give you one.
I'll give you 1 more.
Alex Wolff.
Mine was Pepe the King Prawn.
Pepe the King. Sorry, I couldn't remember.
Naturally.
Frula Borg.
Frula Borg, who played Javelin.
Javelin. And Das Super Sound for all you pitches.
You
out
vote
there.
first, Mike.
I will vote this out now
Flula.
as
Flula.
between the prawn and the javelin. I pick the javelin.
Yeah. Javelin.
Charles.
Fucking
Charloris.
prawn. The fucking prawn.
He's a prawn.
Listen,
Just out
spread
of
the love
complete-
around.
Because out of a complete intrigue, and yes, he's very talented. I'll go Alex Wolff.
Can't vote for my own, huh?
No. That was the only democratic thing about the show.
I wish I could combine them because we need the German for Alex
Wolf
Wolff, and Alex
prawn.
Wolff has the look.
Wolf prawn.
And then give him 6 legs like
Can
a
I
prawn.
do Alex Wolff with voice dubbing from Flula?
Okay, I'll meet you in the middle.
Okay.
Ready? You can get accent lessons from him
Okay, deal.
so that
I'll take that.
okay,
But he's actually the voice of the prawn.
in German.
In German! Oh my god, that's great.
Pepe has range.
Don't underestimate a shrimp.
All right,
No.
we'll go Alex Wolff with voice training from Flula.
Love it.
And that's our
Das Super
X-Men.
Sound.
That is our X-Men, ladies and gentlemen. That's
Wow.
that's
Look at
that's a
that.
list. Want to read it back?
Magneto is Miss Piggy. Jean Grey is Sadie Singh. Professor X is Boss Rutan. Wolverine is Animal.
Forgot about that.
Storm is Alexis Louder. Mystique is Anna de Armas. Cyclops is Chris Pine. And Rogue is Julia Garner. Beast is Fozzie Bear. And Nightcrawler is Alex Wolff.
Between and Waka Waka.
It's going to be a
And
weird
Hannibal just
movie.
going crazy all the time.
Now, do they do the X-Men theme with a symphony like they opened the
Except
Muppets?
Animal
Yeah.
has to be playing it on
Right.
drums.
Bada,
too.
bada, 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 bada.
Man, I just
the X-Men
realized
show
if
tonight.
Gene ever has to go into Logan's mind, it's just Hannibal.
Yeah.
What the hell's going on
Oh
there?
my god! Like
Not a lot.
Strachan just freaks out every now and then.
who was Wolverine again?
Animal.
Animal. Can you imagine?
Will he even sit still for them to read
No.
his mind? No.
Can you imagine him having to never die? Animal's always around
Yeah,
now.
I
right.
don't think
right.
the Muppets die in the first place.
Well, no, we're just giving him Wolverine's abilities
weird.
as
I
a
wonder if-
character.
They've never killed any
From the
off
first
him.
time you've ever seen kids, we're throwing the Muppets off a building.
But,
Which
like-
one will stay?
Just blow away.
You imagine always having to see Animal as Wolverine,
Yeah,
like
oh,
it
yeah.
would because
He's
he
gonna
does
have the leather jacket and stuff.
and sit on the bike and
Yeah.
crash
oh, yeah.
it.
Ah!
I think we did a fantastic job.
This
I
is
agree.
awesome.
I agree. These can go one
And
of
Jim Henson's directing the whole thing.
He is.
yeah.
Yeah, you guys didn't come with directors.
Yeah, that's right.
No, we did not have a director. This
David
is very true.
Fincher's directing mine.
I'm gonna go with Paul Thomas Anderson.
Yeah.
yeah. I feel that this needs a licorice pizza.
Man, I totally forgot about
Treatment.
Boss
That's
Rutan
okay.
being fucking Professor X.
That was
You know that he
Nailed
would
it.
walk, though. He would refuse to be in a
Yeah.
chair.
that is what you call a happy accident.
He
that we
would,
found our
wouldn't
way
he?
to Bass Rutan.
He would.
He'd be like, you think I'm in this chair because I need a joke? And he'd just throw it every time at someone. And
Catch-
Magneto would always catch it. That's their game.
Miss
You
Piggy.
know I'll always... Yeah, sorry, Miss Piggy.
Miss Piggy
You
would
know-
catch it. That was Magneto.
We're all very good.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it comes at the end of every good.
Who would you
Magneto.
cast? Who are you looking forward
Yeah,
to
yeah.
have you
Thank
heard?
you.
seeing? Yeah,
Voicemail.
do that.
Yeah.
Go to Instagram, Twitter,
Let us know.
Facebook.
Comment.
Who would you
You'll see when the
cast?
episode comes out.
And it
Yeah.
can only be comedians.
And like you
Yeah.
don't have to. You've only there's only 5 minutes on there, listener. So like you need to pick one. Is what
Yeah.
we're saying. Like you don't have
Yeah.
to you don't have to rattle it off in 5 minutes because no one will hear that.
Hi,
so.
my name's
Who'd we miss?
Joanne from
Yeah.
Chicago.
Yeah, what Muppet did we miss? What
Yeah.
actor did we miss? Like
Hi, my name's Joanne from Chicago. And question for Michael: are you single?
well, Joanne.
I've been leaving Michael the same voicemail every
Yeah,
week for the last 14 years.
You guys are in love.
I only know of Joanne through her voice. Anyways, so yeah, as we've all said, leave the voicemail. Follow, subscribe to the show. Subscribe. Just hit subscribe. We always like to have fun like this. This is your first time, so try more. Real Debaters Plus.
That's
more
right.
more in your life.
Oh, coming.
Subscribe, follow. Coming what?
We're getting our own streaming service called Debaters Plus.
Mass Debaters Plus.
Yeah.
What do they do on that channel?
Sponsored by Spice.
Yeah, Spice and the fleshlight. Yeah, where we don't use the fleshlight, but we will take their
Hey
money.
man,
and
equality.
they
That's what it
dishwasher
is.
safe. I've heard too.
Oh, but
Yeah.
you only put
Think
it in
about-
by itself.
Think
No,
about
just with bowls.
No,
Don't wash your.
no, with the good china.
Put it in with my cutlery. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just
it-
the stuff that'll go in my mouth.
put
God
it in
damn
with your protein shake maker.
I hate you guys.
Fleshlight. This is what we could do
Good
for
enough
you.
for a dishwasher. It's good enough for me.
Stay here. 4
We-
payments of
we may or may-
$49.95.
We may or may not have a fun live show coming up, but we won't say it right now. But
Yeah, there is
Right.
things happening.
Yeah.
I always tell them, I'm like, we're working on stuff, but I don't
Disney
want to say
World's
anything.
opening up a new campus. We threw our name out there.
Yeah.
We're waiting.
Yep. Yeah, we're gonna have an
boy.
animatronic of. It'll be an animatronic of Martin playing magic
Yeah.
cards
Yeah, that's
on
right.
top of the.
407 years ago,
You got to be this tall to debate.
we couldn't get the voice. We had to get Abe Lincoln from the Hall of Presidents.
I love you.
Here's your 4D glasses. Watching 4 idiots think they're smart about film. Yeah. So follow for what Jimmy said for the
Yeah.
shit
Yeah.
that we will have coming, because that's how you'll know, and then you'll be able to come, and it will be fun. But the thing we are talking about, we will give you one spoiler. We have done it before.
That's
and
right.
It was lots of fun.
And it was great.
Yeah.
It was great.
Yeah, and it's gonna be better than the other time.
Listen, brother.
Last time was perfect. This is going to be more perfect.
Yeah, this will be
Yeah.
Masturbators Plus more.
Right. Cage match. It's gonna be that version of it.
I'm umming, which means I got nothing else to say. So thanks for listening, listener. Oh, there's an end credit thing. Listen to the end credit thing.
That's right.
Plus, there'll be probably an end credit thing on this one too, of some other shit that we didn't know we wanted to talk about, but we did. But the other stuff is how to support the show, where to shop our shit.
Get a skateboard.
Yeah, they are there.
You can take the wheels off, and it's a snowboard.
That's not true, but they're hanging on your wall. I've been Michael Petrow.
I am Beast from the Far East. No,
We suck at leaving, Jimmy.
always bad.
Nancy Butt.
Oh, that's
More
a way
butt
better
on
one.
the show. I like it.
Nancy
More butt
Butt.
on the show. Listen, watch all the movies, all you good people, and say bye. Bye, Charles. Say bye, Jimmy. Bye. Bye.
I made my
a
friends
great
sit
Hulk, by
at
the
a
way.
party and watch The Deer Hunter when we were like 22, and they did not have a good time.
Well, especially it's not a feel good anything.
Oh, and it's very slow paced.
Oh, it is.
I was like, you guys
It's-
have
yeah.
to watch this.
It's
It's
70s.
fantastic.
It's like-
And I
like
don't know what's wrong with
French
me.
Connection obviously has
Yep.
an amazing scene in it, but the whole build up to it is like I'm gonna blow my brains out at some points, and then thank God they
Yeah.
have this magnificent chase scene. But
2.5 hour wait to see Russian
Totally.
roulette.
Yeah.
and Jaws never shows up.
No.
Oh, and I totally messed it up. I thought it was Deliverance when we were watching it, and then that part never happened. And I was like, this isn't in the Bayou at all.
Did you tell them that there would be a pig
Yeah.
scene?
Oh, yeah.
Man,
And they-
And I
Deliverance
was
is,
like, oh, this is the wrong movie. But like halfway through, and they're like, I guess we'll just watch
Deliverance
it.
is that's a good movie, but it's a hard fucking man. Yeah. It's a Requiem of a Dream kind of. That's in the same genre to me, where like
Yeah.
there is something that happens in it that you'll never forget it.
Yep.
You'll never forget
Oh,
watching that
you'll
movie.
never forget
Yeah,
this
I know.
one.
I know. In
You know,
Requiem for a Dream,
It's burned in my brain.
when I watch Requiem for a Dream, I'm always like, man, that hole in the arm is so gross. Because that's
Hole
what
in
you're
the arm.
that's what
Oh,
you're
yeah.
talking about,
Oh
right?
yeah, and then the shot of and blood on the face. Oh, they're just straight up amputating him now.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
That and unfortunately Jennifer Colony's part near the end there really scarred me.
What
for
are you
life,
talking
too.
about?
Ass to ass. I only know that term because of that fucking movie.
I know. That's where I found out about it too.
And Spawn, that was the voice actor of Spawn, and I was like, "You're a horrible man."
I heard they were. Are they doing another Spawn? Or are they? gonna-
Jimmy Fox is playing. Spawn.
Weird.
Yeah.
But Todd McFarlane is involved, though.
He's directing and writing it.
There you go.
Okay.
And the interesting thing is, it's apparently, at least for this movie, it's going to be
Rated
from the
R.
it's going to and it's going to be from the perspective of Spike, who is the detective that eventually works with Spawn.
Cool. I kind of like that.
It's
It's not a
cool.
superhero story. then.
Yeah, and honestly, for Spawn, like I actually am like one of my favorite good bad movies, like Mortal Kombat, the '90s
Yeah,
Mortal Kombat. I love
fantastic.
it. '90s Spawn with Michael J. White, fucking love that movie. I think it's very underrated.
I thought he was fantastic.
John
Leguizamo. Oh,
Yep.
Martin Sheen.
He's like great cat. Like it's very underrated.
It's just stupid.
And I was a huge Spawn fan in the 90s. Like
know
I
what's
have comics of Spawn.
Do you know what's
and, like-
underrated? Is that goatee Martin Sheen has.
Oh
Yep.
man, he looks good in that movie. And the mom from the OC.
Speaking of,
Farewell and adieu to you fair Spanish ladies.
and just like that, ladies and gentlemen, another Real Debaters production is in the can. Thank you so much for listening. If this is your first, second, third, fifth, 20th time, thank you so much. But thank you to the first timers, the ones here who pressed play for the first time and took a gamble on us. If you like what you heard today, the easiest thing to support the show is just to subscribe. Hit the like button, the follow button, whatever's in your podcast player. Make it so that we're always there every Wednesday for you, okay? That would be huge. If you want to stay in touch with us, if you want to follow us, there's a couple ways to do that. We're on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Facebook. We're slowly migrating to YouTube by putting all of the things we've ever put on video onto that site. There's some surprises coming this year that happened a while ago, but I felt needed to be shared because they're part of the Debaterverse. So the YouTube page is coming. But if you want to follow us, it's at Real Debaters Pod on Twitter and Instagram. It's the Real Debaters Podcast on TikTok. All of the links, all of the one-click away things are in the show notes that you've just listened to. So if you want to follow us there, that would be great too, because then you get to stay in the know of all the things that we do and what we're going to try to do this year and what we've done in the past, so on and so forth. Yeah, so that's how you stay in touch with us. If you want to contact us, it's therealdebaters@gmail.com. All the spelling for all these things is REEL to keep with the title of the show. So you can send an email to us there, request an episode, want to call out one of us for being a goofball. There's places to do that as well too, like the Real Debaters website. You can email us, or you can go straight to the website, rate us in Podchaser, it's realdebaters.ca. And if you really, really liked what you heard and you want to support the show in some fashion that requires you spending money, well, we got a couple ways for you to do that as well too. You can buy our merch at the Prop Shop. It's a store through Threadless, and it's online, and you can order stuff. We've got tons of stuff. We've got our Mass Debater wear there. It's our signature, original, and only line. It's our logo on everything. So you can support us that way. Go to the merch tab in the show notes, or if you just got $1 and you're like, hey, I want to give you $1 and donate it to your cause, there is a tab in the show notes as well too that says donate to the Debaterverse, I think. And if you click on that, it takes you to a donation page where you can donate like $1, $3, and $5, and you'll get something for your $1, $3, or $5. Any more than that's just ludicrous. Luda. So yeah, that's just kind of what I wanted to tell you, that what I said at the end of the show. This is what you should listen to, because this is all about who we are, and now that we've gotten to where we are, we want to interact with you guys more. So these are the ways to do so. This is the way to stay in touch with us. Thank you to everybody again who's listened to the show. Again, you pressed play, you took a chance. That's cool. So without further ado, this is where I said I would talk more, so it's eggs on your face. No, I got nothing else for you. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week, and watch all them fucking movies. Bye-bye.